Need of a helpful face? Visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Warning, what you're about to hear may impact your dinner plans. The viral mac and cheese place you've seen online has made its way to town. Imagine build your own mac with fan favorite toppings like smoked brisket all the way to the controversial pineapple. Try it at the Red Cliffs Mall in St. George or in front of BYU in Provo.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Red Rock Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need. supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports. At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to House of Jump, where gravity meets excitement. Jump, dunk, and dodge your way into a world of laughter and adrenaline. Whether you're a high-flying pro or just looking to defy gravity, House of Jump is where the thrill begins. Elevate your fun, slam dunk like a champion, and dodge obstacles with style. House of Jump is where every moment is a soaring adventure. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our house, the House of Jump, or purchase Jump Time online at houseofjump.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best horses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com. or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Hey, have you tried the St. George Stretch Lab? It'll help boost your athletic performance, help you feel less restricted in your movements, knock out those nagging aches and pains, and melt away your stress. Right now at the St. George Stretch Lab, get an intro stretch for just $39. That's $30 off. Mention keyword radio.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group, we've got you covered.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Hurricane, the Tigers Den for Friday Night Football. We got a good one coming up, 7:15 kickoff. It's the Hurricane Tigers senior night here as they will play host to the Snow Canyon Warriors. Warriors come in number 2 in the latest RPI rankings, and Hurricane comes in at number 9. We'll get you all ready for this one in just a few minutes, but let's get you ready for all the other games tonight as well. It's the Tailgate Show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Bucks, think Bucks, 3 Southern Utah locations. They love high school football. They love you with free popcorn. This new facility out here on State Street in Hurricane is awesome. Blue Bunny ice cream, the gun department at every store, everything for your lawn, home, or garden, or grill. It's football season, baby. Stop by and think Bucks Ace Hardware. Devin Dixon. I'll be joined by Rick Berry here in a couple minutes. And how about a couple good ones tonight? We're going to preview Dixie at Crimson, and we're going to get you ready for that Pineview Desert Hills game as well as Snow Canyon and Hurricane. Those are the 3 games. But if you missed out last week, if you're up doing the deer hunt or muzzleloader and you missed any of the Friday Night Football, let's go over to our good buddy Aaron Crane with last week's recap. It's brought to you by our friends at Handel's Homemade Ice Cream with their brand new location featuring indoor and outdoor seating. Go get a scoop or 2 at Handel's over there in River Crossing, not far from the River Road Summit Athletic Club. Here's AC.
Keep it moving now, don't you see what I'm doing? Let's get it, 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 let's get it.
I'm Aaron Crane, and this is your Region 9 recap. Over at Snow Canyon, the Warriors hosted the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. Let's send it over to our Big O Tires fan cam as the Warriors student section gets ready for the game. And that will bring us to our Snow College Big Hit of the Week by Trey Vaughn. The Mustangs then handed off to Cade Shaw for a 5-yard touchdown run. The Warriors would even the score with a 3-yard run by Brody Lounsbury. And that will bring us to our AWP Play of the Week. In the second half, the Mustangs decide to air it out with Tanawai Andresen throwing it deep to Britton Phillips, who would haul in the catch for a 43-yard touchdown. Crimson would then break through the Warriors' line and block the punt and be in scoring position. Andresen would then capitalize on the good field position and connect with Phillips again for another touchdown. Parker Olsen would drop back and fire to his right, but he'd be picked off by Lincoln Langston, who would stay on his feet and get the ball down to the 5-yard line. Andresen would then sling it to Jackson Holt, who would make one defender miss and hit the Jets as he would cruise into the end zone to extend the lead. The Warriors wouldn't back down though, as Olsen would fire a pass to Milo Ince, who would haul in the catch for the score. The Warriors would get the ball back and hand it off to Cale Esplin, who would punch it in to narrow the deficit. In the final seconds, the Warriors had a chance to tie the game as Olsen would fire it towards the end zone, but it'd be too high and they would turn it over on downs. Then all it was left for the Mustangs was to take a knee. The final score, Crimson Cliffs 28, Snow Canyon 21. Over at Pineview, the Panthers took on the Hurricane Tigers. Levi Shaw would take the snap and fire to Brock Harris, who would haul in the catch and not be denied as he would drag the defenders into the end zone for the game's first score. Jalen Gabriel would then roll to his left and fire it down the field to Bradley Rose for a big first down. Austin McRoberts would then take the handoff and cruise into the end zone for a 14-yard touchdown run. On the ensuing kickoff, Max Yoakum would secure the ball, follow his blockers, and as he would take this one to the house for an 80-yard touchdown return. Gabriel would then call his own number and cross the goal line from 1 yard out. Corbin Yoakum would then take the direct snap and find an opening as he would find pay dirt to give the Panthers the lead. The final score, Pineview 31, Hurricane 27. Over at Dixie, the Flyers hosted the Desert Hills Thunder. Dixie got things going with this pass from Deacon Virgin to Tano Ancelone for a big gain into the red zone. That led to this 29-yard field goal by Milo Kingland-Smith. Dixie got the ball right back after this interception from former Thunder player Chaz Holbrook. Virgin then found Castle Bearsday for this big pass play deep into Desert Hills territory. Bearsday then finished the deal with this 1-yard plunge into the end zone. The Thunder got on the board on the last play of the first half on this deflected pass that went right to Antonea Tauafua for a touchdown. Then late in the third quarter, Desert Hills sophomore quarterback Briggs Barney found Isaac Andresen for this 46-yard score that clinched the Thunder comeback. Then Colton Hopper's big sack sealed the homecoming win. The final score, Desert Hills 14, Dixie 10. The Region 9 recap is brought to you by Whipple Service Champions, Stephen Wade Auto Center, Dealer Collision Center, AWP, Big O Tires, Snow College, Nets on Fire, The Rink, and The Rally Stop. For St. George News, I'm Aaron Crane.
Thank you, Aaron. Now you're all caught up. You can check out tonight's recap. It'll be out really late tonight or first thing in the morning on stgeorgenews.com. And we got 3 good ones for you. Hard to believe that we're already into October, and there's only 2 regular season Region 9 games left as we welcome you back to the tailgate show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. I bring in my partner tonight, Rick Berry, and Coach, this season is just flying by.
It is. You know, as soon as the season starts, it's amazing how fast it goes. I think as coaches and players, you've got that whole summer. You're every single morning. You're grinding usually from 7 to 9 in the morning. You're in the weight room. You're on the field. You go into summer camp. You go 7-on-7s. It seems like forever. You get to the season. Oh, my gosh, Devin, it goes so fast.
100%. We are here all night long. We're going to circle back to the Hurricane and Snow Canyon game. It's going to be a 7:15 kickoff. It's senior night. They got some festivities. Anthem's going to be right about 7:08. So we got a little time on that game. So let's jump over. I want to get, Coach, your thoughts on Crimson Dixie. Obviously, Dixie struggling to find wins, got 2 preseason wins, but haven't found a region win. Going to be tough tonight against the number 3 team in the RPI and the back-to-back state champions over there at their place.
Yeah, it's always hard to play over there, Devin. Dixie's interesting to me this year because if you look at their first few games, they were very, very stout defensively, played really tough defense. The games were close. They won a couple of games early. And the last couple of games, it seems like things have fallen apart a little bit. It's going to be interesting tonight to see, you know, it's such a rivalry game. There's been so many good close games. You look at last year when Crimson by far, you know, was running away with the region, and it was a 1-point game, and actually Dixie had an opportunity to kick a field goal and take the lead. at the very end. So Dixie always plays Crimson really tough. So hopefully we'll see that tonight, and it'll be a close game and an entertaining game.
100%. Looking forward to seeing how that goes tonight. T. Andresen has been sensational. Van Daly has been putting on a show. They got really good receivers. Britton Phillips has really come on the last couple of weeks. Of course, we know about Jackson Holt. They also got another receiver back off the shelf.
They're healthy as they've ever been this year.
Yeah.
So, they missed a couple receivers early. Seems like each week they get a key component back. And tonight, for the first time, I think they're going full with all the receivers. So that's going to give T another option, another weapon. Not that Crimson needed any more weapons in the region play, but he's definitely going to be needed as they get into the playoffs and they get healthy, and it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate him right out of the gate tonight.
I love it. Absolutely phenomenal. We are here inside of our tailgate show, built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Also brought to you in part by Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. They got student specials, high school students, college students, 11 to 3 over there at Kabuto's. Good. Coach, we are going to look at the other game tonight. Nolan Perry, actually, his Power Guide rating has Desert Hills as a 0.5 point favorite at Pine View tonight. Desert Hills did pick up that first region win last week at home against Dixie, 14-10. You just saw the recap a few moments ago. And Pineview's coming off a big win, 31-27 over this Hurricane Tiger team.
Yeah, and people don't know how good Hurricane is, and they'll see it tonight if they haven't seen Hurricane. Perry's guy, that's a surprise to me, Devin. I thought Pineview would be favored at Pineview. We've talked about it all year long.
Senior night for them.
Well, not only senior night, but such a potent offense. They've got the ability to run the ball with Richardson, a great back. He's not big, but he's quick. He hits the hole hard. And if he gets into the open area, you're not going to catch him. He's got that dynamic gear that he shifts in a hurry. So you've got that weapon. Then you also look at Harris and,
Yoakum,
the receiving core that they have.
Kyle Richardson.
Yeah, and they're going to beat you. They're not a team that you can say, okay, we're going to take away this.
Yeah.
And I think Desert Hills right now is a team you look at and say, we're going to take away this. We're going to eliminate the run, and we're going to make them throw the ball because they haven't really thrown the ball very well so far this year. So you got two contrasts there. And so that's why I'm kind of a little bit surprised that Desert Hills is favored in that. But I think it's going to be a great game, and it comes back down to, can Pineview play defense? Because we know they can score the ball, and they can score it quick.
Yeah, and we'll see tonight. That'll be a big test as Desert Hills is over at Pineview. Of course, this Hurricane Tiger team last week didn't win the game, but they did hold Brock Harris to, I think it was 3 catches for 38 yards and a touchdown. That's probably one of the better defensive efforts on Brock all season long.
Well, one of the things from Hurricane and talking to their coaches today, all their games, they've outgained people. Their offense has just been dynamite. We knew that coming in here. I said before, you know what? Don't sleep on Hurricane. They're not going to be a sleeper. They're going to be for real, They can kill you on the ground, sustained drives. Their biggest thing is they way too many penalties.
Yeah.
Penalties hurt them last game.
6 holding penalties against the Panthers.
Yeah, and that's what really cost them the game, or they should have that win.
Yeah. Here inside of our pregame show, and the senior night festivities going on. There's 19 seniors for this Hurricane Tiger team. They're out on the field with, friends, family, parents right now, mostly parents. And they're going to introduce them one by one. We are, again, a 7:15 kickoff, so we're going to have plenty of time to get you ready. We're going to talk about those numbers Coach alluded to, how good they are on offense, over 300 yards on the ground a game, really doing it all through the run game. The line has come a long way. We got a special delivery just now in the booth. Coach Dusty, can we get the Grass Creek Construction
I tell you what, I've been looking forward to this all day long.
Look at this. Mountain Mike's one of our great sponsors. We've been doing this Mountain Mover
you gotta
Award.
Show this.
Yeah, you got to.
We got to break the seal.
We got to break the seal, Coach. Just hot. They're keeping it hot for you.
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Mountain Mike's Pizza.
We
one
were
of our
playing
great
golf
sponsors
today at Sun River, and
Nick,
we found out we were going to get this special delivery.
Well, here. Let me.
We're killing it here.
This is what you do. It's like an X-Acto knife. You got to be graceful. There we go. Now we go. Here we go, Coach. Now you can do your presentation.
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
Look at that.
So hey, if we go down and we go black tonight, it's because we're eating pizza.
So when we do our Mountain Mike's Mountain Mover Award, the winner each week gets 2 of these mountain-sized pizzas. Look how big this pizza
they're
is.
ginormous.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna enjoy that.
I might even share with you tonight.
Yeah, you might. There might be enough for the whole broadcast booth tonight. So we appreciate Nick and the crew over at Mountain Mike's. By the way, Tanner Matua is a past Mountain Mover Award winner from Hurricane High School.
That's true.
Also leads this team in tackles and plays both ways, defensive tackle.
And his coaches had some phenomenal things to say about it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good when your coach talks about you in that way.
This week's Mountain Mover is actually a Desert Hills football player named Regan Zufelt, Coach. And I don't know if you remember him as a freshman or not, but maybe at halftime we'll give you a little bit more about him. But we've really enjoyed this partnership with Mountain Mike's Pizza, and we really appreciate him bringing on some pizza over here tonight. We've got the senior festivities going on here, and Dusty's telling me it's too loud, so I'm turning it down a little bit there. Those are the other games tonight. Should be fun. Again, Dixie at Crimson. You've got Pineview hosting Desert Hills, and then, of course, Rick and I will be here for the call as the Hurricane Tigers senior night, and they're playing the Snow.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Asphalt. It's not something we often think about, but we all use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt knows how vital good roads are for our communities. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by an incredible 67%. This means your pavement assets last significantly longer and cost less to own. Holbrook Asphalt. World-class pavement preservation right here in southern Utah. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun.
Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Kabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Kabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Welcome back here to Hurricane High School as we dive into our Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame show. We got the Warriors and coming across town to the Tigers Den to take on Hurricane tonight. It's our Boulevard home game of the week. Devin Dixon, Coach Rick Berry with you here, and should be fun. We really appreciate Sport Court as well. If you haven't heard, last year was the very first year we gave away a $5,000 scholarship with the Fan Sports Network and Sport Court of Southern Utah. And if you would like to nominate an athlete, go ahead and do so at the Fan Sports Network or sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. He's Rick. I'm Devin. We're here all night. Hope you have a good time hanging out with us on your football Friday. I know there's a BYU game going on later, and Coach, he's promised not to spoil it for our viewers. But it's an 8:30 kickoff.
I've got it recorded too, so don't be telling me. Don't tell me.
That's right. So I can't turn it on the computer, is what you're saying.
No. No scores.
All eyes on this game here tonight, Coach. You got Jerry Cowan in his second year. He's turned this Tiger program around. You got Mike Esplin, who is actually now, as it stands, the longest tenured coach in Region 9. Can you believe
crazy,
that?
Isn't it?
Been here, 11 and 12 years at Snow Canyon High School.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, he's got to thank Coach Munkers for resigning last year in retirement. And then he went over to Utah Tech. He didn't even retire.
No, it was short-lived. It really was. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of coaches stuck around for a long time. Ray Hosner was there for a long time.
Yeah, Haas did a nice job, had a long tenure. But, it's interesting because this is the class that Hurricane's been waiting for. He came in, he's turned it around, he's got the kids staying here. That's the biggest thing, Devin, is when you get into a program, you got to get these kids excited about the program. And in today's world, you got to keep them in your program. It's not just keeping getting the kids excited and playing, that's now keeping them in the program. And that's what they've done here. This has been a great class ever since they've been in Little League. They've been talking about this class, and, for a good reason. And they got size, they got speed, they've got depth, and they got kids coming up. Again, that 9th grade class, their freshman class is good.
Their JV team has not lost this year, and I don't think it's really been that close. So the cupboard is not bare. There's freshmen, sophomores, really doing a nice job, as well as these juniors and seniors. And you're going to see some sophomores play a little bit tonight. In fact, Cannon Cowan, the coach's son, is going to go to free safety. They're going to move Jackson Weiniger down to linebacker. Now, remember, he's only about 160, 165 pounds, but he plays a lot bigger than that. He played backer last year. Yeah. They moved him back to safety, but tonight we're hearing he's going to go back to his middle linebacker position.
Yeah, they're going to look at matchups.
Or outside backer.
And that's the biggest thing. I think for both sides, both teams, you're going to look at this game a little bit different and say, okay, where's our matchups? What do we need to do that? And we'll kind of talk about that in some of the keys as we're coming up here.
Yeah, let's dive into it. Sport Court pregame show, keys to the game. We'll get to in just a second, but I'm really interested to see who coach you're going to go with is our Finley Subaru Star Watch tonight, because Austin McRoberts comes to mind. Parker Olson's been incredible for Snow Canyon. Isaiah Thompson had probably the best one-handed catch I've seen in Region 9 2 weeks ago in a long time. Tanner Matsu has been getting it done. Jackson Weiniger, like I mentioned, has been phenomenal. And then they got other playmakers here, too. And Dylan Gabriel, man, his running yards this year, very impressive.
Well, I look at the Snow Canyon Warriors. It's got to be the play of the quarterback. It's got to be Olson. I think he's going to be the key tonight for them. Keeping eyes downfield, and limiting turnovers and mistakes. And I think that's going to be the key for Snow Canyon. They really need to sustain drives. You don't want to turn the ball back over to these guys and be 3 and out and let this potent offense get back on the field, because they can sustain drives. That's the biggest thing with the style of offense. You'll see it's tough to defend. It really is. And Hurricane does a really nice job on that. So from Snow Canyon, I think it's got to be quarterback play. Porter, Parker Olson, I think that's going to be the key there. You flip the
by the
coin
way,
over.
By the way, before you flip, Parker Olson, 117 out of 185 attempts, 1,261 yards. That's about 63%, averaging 10.8 per pass completion and 180 yards per game. Almost had 300 last week as they were driving down to try to maybe send it in overtime against Crimson and fell a touchdown shy as his pass into the end zone went a little bit too high and incomplete. But this is a kid that's got 11 passing touchdowns, and he's got a bunch more on the ground. Yeah. So those are the numbers on Parker.
And people got to realize he wasn't the quarterback.
And till the summer.
Yeah, till the summer. And so he's come a long way, and he's done a nice job, and they've coached him really well. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays tonight.
Now you can flip the script.
Now I can flip it over to the Hurricane Tigers. Okay, to me, it's number 22.
Austin McRoberts.
You got to look at that and say, not only from a running standpoint, but a receiving standpoint. You know what? This offense requires the defense to really be sound and to spill and to take away, because they love to have that little cross block and come back in with inside the tackles. Well, you start loading the box, you start putting 7 and 8 and 9 guys into the box, and guess what?
Yeah,
they go over the top because they have the speed to do it.
It's an interesting. I was talking to Coach Harris. He said, "You know what? Last year we didn't have the explosive plays. We only had 3 runs over 30 yards last year, and they had a home playoff game and won it, and it was a good first inaugural season for Jerry Cowan. This year, they've done a lot more explosive plays in the run game, but also in the pass game.
Well,
so this is a lot more dynamic
don't
offense.
Forget about special teams.
Yes.
Because they put him back there to kick, to return kickoffs. And I know last year I saw him return at least
multiple kicks,
2 or 3 for touchdowns.
Yeah.
And then others for big yards. So he's a tough person to defend. And he's a big weapon for Hurricane in all phases, offense, defense, and special teams. So, to me, keep your eyes on number 22.
Your Finley Subaru Star Watch tonight. Austin McRoberts for the Tigers and Parker Olson, the quarterback for the Snow Canyon Warriors. You can see down on the field right now, they just finished up with the senior moment there, all the players. There's 19 seniors here at Hurricane High School, their parents, big group photo. And we're going to come back with an anthem here in a second. And then we're going to take a break. When we come back, keys to the game and the kickoff. We're moments away. It's the Hurricane Tigers. They're 9 in the RPI. They want a home game and a bye. They want to move up and probably don't want the 8 seed, because you'd be staring at maybe a Ridgeline type team in the quarterfinals. A win against number 2 Snow Canyon here could kind of make up for those last 2 losses.
Yeah. This is a big game for both of them in the RPI. So both teams, I think, understand that. Both teams want to buy. Both teams want to avoid a certain bracket.
Yep.
So it's a big game.
All right, we're here for it. Coach and I, we're here all night long on the Fan Sports Network. If you're listening on radio, we're streaming. Links are up on the fansportsnetwork.com, as well as our YouTube page, and we're sending up to KSLSports.com. So welcome in if you're watching on KSLSports.com. Dusty Allen, our producer. Ammon Johansson is our video expert tonight, and we are locked in. We'll come back. More Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame, and then the kickoff when we return here to Hurricane High School.
Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Warning, what you're about to hear may impact your dinner plans. The viral mac and cheese place you've seen online has made its way to town. Imagine build your own mac with fan favorite toppings like smoked brisket all the way to the controversial pineapple. Try it at the Red Cliffs Mall in St. George or in front of BYU in Provo.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
And the rockets are red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back to Hurricane High School, and what a rendition by John Jacobs. John Jacobs there with the anthem. He's actually the special teams coach here for the Hurricane Tigers, and we're going to see his son, a senior, Brody Jacobs, put on a show. He's one of their most talented offensive weapons, so that was a great rendition there, Coach.
That's not easy to do.
No.
I give him a lot of credit for that.
A cappella. Didn't even have an accompanying, and I mean, my goodness, that was awesome. So welcome back here, Hurricane High School, getting ready for the Warriors and the Tigers, and both these teams have a win on their mind going into the bye week next week, fall break, before the regular season ends on October 17th. And Hurricane will be over at Desert Hills. Pineview will be at Crimson. And then, of course, Dixie Snow Canyon in the other matchup there to wrap up the regular season. And then not a lot of chances to make a move in the RPI. Just 2 games left, and here we go.
No, and this is a big one here for both teams. So it is. And then, you know what? There's the RPI surprise. And what you hope for, Devin, at least I do, is not a bunch of Region 9 teams on the same side of the bracket, which we've seen in years past. So hopefully they disperse them, and we're not going to see that. But we won't know for a few weeks.
This is the Sport Court of Southern Utah pregame show again. Get on over to sportcourtofsouthernutah.com, and you can have your nominees. If you're a coach, if you're a parent, players, you can nominate yourself. The criteria to get in on that $5,000 Sport Court scholarship, got to have a 3.0 GPA, got to be very involved in your school. Tell us what you're involved in, and you got to play at least one varsity sport in your senior season. So those are the criteria there. Go to the website. Also, the link up on the fansportsnetwork.com website there as well. So coaches, parents, go get your athletes nominated. $5,000 goes a long way now.
Right. That'd be awesome.
I know you were full ride, back in the day to Rick's College. You didn't have to pay for anything. But $5,000 for some students goes a long way.
It does go a long way.
Yeah, well, leather helmets were cheaper back in your day, weren't they?
You're funny, aren't you?
There is the guy right there. High five for John. We got a little of the anthem there. Now he's coming back to work in the broadcast booth.
Man of many talents.
Guy is everywhere. We are live here. Let's dive into our keys to the game. Keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl. It's where St. George gets their superfood fix. Over there next to Dick's Sporting Goods and Everbowl, they have delicious acai bowls, smoothies packed with all the superfoods to fuel your day. In the Red Rock Commons, it's, again, where St. George gets their superfood fix. My daughters love Everbowl, Coach. I'm over there 4 or 5 times a month, and it is delicious. Let's start first with the visiting Snow Canyon Warriors, and you had a chance to catch up with Coach Mike Esplin. What is he looking at as important tonight?
Well, the biggest thing for them from a defensive standpoint, this is where they're the most worried about tonight's game, is the running game and the sustained drives that Hurricane can do and can control the clock. The biggest thing is, from his standpoint, is we got to be really physical at the line of scrimmage. We've got to maintain that, be really physical, and spill the run. And when I say spill the run, that running and attack really starts in between the tackles. So what they want to do is really fill that gap, make them kick it and go east and west, not north and south. Okay, so if they kick it out, then they feel that they can now rally to that point and keep those big plays from inside happening. So be physical, spill the runs, and limit some of their penalties.
All right, there's your keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl. Let's take a look at Hurricane. We had a chance to talk with a number of the coaches here, and this is a big one for them, just like it is for Snow Canyon. What do they got to do tonight to bounce back after that loss last week? Both teams looking to bounce back.
Well, both teams. And talking to the Hurricane coaches, they're saying, listen, you know what? We haven't had very many turnovers. It's been really clean offensively. What's really killed us is penalties. We get these holding calls that take sustained drives back and then put us in bad situations where it might be second or third and long, where we've gotten first downs, and that stalls our drive. So to them, 100%, we got to be clean. We got to limit a lot of the penalties. What people don't realize, they make, and you'll watch this tonight, they make a lot of changes at the line of scrimmage. You'll see the offensive line turn back to the quarterback and look at him, and that means we're switching our play. This is an audible, and our blocking assignment's a little bit different. So kind of keep an eye on that, and let's watch that. That's, I think, at times where they've gotten into a little bit of trouble. They trust their offensive line. They say this is as smart a group as we've had, but we definitely have to limit some of these penalties to keep these sustained drives going.
Yeah, I agree. Good stuff there. That is our keys to the game brought to you by Everbowl. And great spot on a Saturday to go get a nice acai bowl or one of their greens. They got avocado toast, all kinds of superfoods in the Red Rock Commons. Devin Dixon, Rick Berry here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. And good crowd here on hand visiting student section has started to form over there for Snow Canyon. A much bigger, of course, home student section right in front of us, Coach.
Well, being senior night, you're going to get everybody out. You're going to get families out of those 19 seniors. And, you know, Devin, it's hard. It's hard on senior night because those 19 kids, maybe 16 of the 19 or whatever you want to say, they realize, hey, this is the last time I'm strapping it up. This is the last time I have an opportunity to play with this brotherhood that I've had and to play the game that I love to play because it's over.
Love it. This is good stuff. Let's play some football. Kickoff returnable. Austin McRoberts to the 20. Weaves outside of the 25 to the 30. Down the sideline, out of bounds around the 35, maybe the 36-yard line. And there's a guy you mentioned in the special teams on the spot there making a big play for the Tigers.
Well, I think that was Brody Jacobs.
Oh, was it Jacobs? Excuse me.
I think it was Jacobs on that return. But you know what?
12-22, my mistake. But either way, it's a great return.
Either way, it's a great return. And both of them have that same speed that they can get to the outside, and field position is huge. And, you know, you've heard me say this all year long, Devin. If you can have a kicker that can put it into the end zone, it's a huge weapon because you eliminate this kind of stuff of worrying about returns.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. They marked him at the 37-yard line, so good return. Dylan Gabriel puts a man in motion, and he'll fake to Jacobs, and quarterback Dylan Gabriel tries to spin out of a Lounsbury tackle, but he cannot. But he still gets a productive nearly 4-yard gain to the 41. Good pickup on first down.
Yeah, he read that it wasn't open on the, really on the cutback that he really likes to run. But it's a pretty good job for Snow Canyon on there. I think the key for that defense is that backside backer when flow goes, he's got to stay home because they're looking to cut it back, but then they're also looking for a cross block on that, and they will come back onto the weak side.
Tigers not in a hurry here. They will take their time. In the Crimson game a couple weeks ago, they only gave the Mustangs 5 possessions the entire game. They'll swing it out wide. It's caught. And the Warriors swarm to it nicely. Catch made by number 6, Carter Wardle. 6'2", big target, just a junior. And that will be another short pickup of just 2 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 4 here for the Tigers.
And you had 2 of the big guys up front for Snow Canyon really floated the ball well there, 50 and 52, which is Felipe and West. Yeah. Nice job coming off of the line there.
Watch out for Trayvon, too. 5 sacks this year from his defensive end position. They'll run it to McRoberts, breaks the first tackle, gets outside, cuts back, and he's going to have the first down just barely on the spot. Going to get a pickup of 5, maybe 6, and that'll be a Fabulous Freddy's
first down. This is why he's so dangerous, Devin. He actually was stopped at the line of scrimmage. He's not a big running back, but he's quick, and he hits the hole, and he's got great vision. They had him behind, and he just sidestepped and put his head down and pushed for that first down.
Yeah, 5'9", probably 165 is McRoberts. But he is explosive and shifty.
That might be even a little generous.
He's pretty thick. I bet he's 165. Dylan Gabriel. And the Tigers, 4-3 record this year overall. Handoff to McRoberts. First wave comes, and then they can't do anything there. Nice tackle by number 3, Porter Hutchings.
Yeah, great job coming from his linebacker spot there, reading, filling the gap there. And really, it's a 2-yard loss.
2nd down and 12 from their own 46. Got to be able to stop the run. That's why you heard Coach say, hey, the physicality, got to match the physicality.
Got to be physical, and you got to spill.
And one of the first things Jerry Cowan did when he got to town was got everybody pumped up about the weight room. And it's made a difference in his second season. You can tell this is a more physical team in years past here at Hurricane High School. Misdirection, they'll hand it off to McRoberts on the end around. Nice little stutter step. He'll get midfield, and then he'll be taken down there. Tackle made by Easton Nowatzki from a safety position.
Well, and your safeties, your DBs, when you play Hurricane, they've got to be heavily involved. That's a good job by Nowatzki reading that play, coming downhill and making that tackle, eliminating and making it 3rd and long. These are the situations Hurricane does not want to get in. They don't want to be 3rd and long. So if you can get them in this, it gets them out of their comfort zone.
Dylan Gabriel this year Only throws for 121 yards a game, 56 out of 90, 851 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 62% completion percentage, actually up a little bit from last year. They can't get him in the backfield. He's got to scramble, throws on the run, and it's batted down, and it's incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. And making that pass breakup there was number 25. That's Greenwood, Caleb Greenwood. I think they got a hand on it and broke up that pass.
Well, and great pressure by Trayvon, to make him, even though they didn't get him in the line, they put a lot of pressure on him, made him move out of the pocket so he couldn't set his feet. So a good opening defensive stand for Snow Canyon.
Punt unit on for the Tigers from their own 49. It's a low kick by Gabriel, who stayed on to punt it, but it's going to take a really good roll. Titan Borchard's going to be down there inside the 10, down at near the 6. Very effective punt.
Really fortunate there because that was a little bit of a line drive punt, but it had the right roll on it. So it's going to put Snow Canyon in a little bit of a hole to start with their first offense possession.
No score on our Wilkinson scoreboard after the Tigers' opening possession. With 8:08 left here in the first quarter, we'll see Parker Olson. And he's got some playmakers. They are without Cam Hill, though. We saw him in the Crimson game get nicked up. He's not dressed tonight, so Cam Hill is out. I don't know the diagnosis or the severity of the injury, but he will not play tonight. That means guys like Beathers and guys like Lounsbury and Isaiah Thompson, we're going to have to step up with one less receiver in that core. But Milo Ince has come on pretty strong.
They're fortunate that they have some depth at the receiver.
The run, and not much there. Couldn't tell if that was Espin or Lounsbury. Cale Espin and Lounsbury kind of share the totes here at Snow Canyon. In fact, when you look at the rushing, Snow Canyon has rushed a lot of different players. Coach, they have ran 15, 16, 17 rushers this season. They'll get the receivers even some carries here, but the work horse has been Olson with 82 carries, Espin with 49, and Lounsbury with 50, and that's the quarterback Olson who will keep it, and he'll take it out to the 15, maybe the 16-yard line. Productive run, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Well, and that's one of the staple runs for Snow Canyon. They've done this year after year after year where they love that quarterback draw where basically he just takes 2 steps, looks for a hole there, a little bit of a gap, and he does a nice job of picking up really 8-9 yards.
7:07 to go. Big 3rd down, deep in their own territory. RPO, Olson will keep it. Hit, stood up, driven back. It's going to be really close, and I don't think he got it, Coach. I think he got no gain on that play.
Yeah, I think he actually lost a yard on that, Devin. Hurricanes physical at the line of scrimmage, and, you had 3 or 4 guys in there. They play a 4-3 defense off of that and really eliminated that run.
Big stop on 3rd down. Number 52, Tanner Matua was in the middle of that pile there, as well as some help. They kind of came. There was a guy that got there first, and then the wave came, and the punt unit on. Now, Isaiah Thompson is the punter for the Warriors, and Austin McRoberts is standing at his own 46.5-yard line. And the Tigers force a 3-and-out. High punt short. Fair catch waved for by McRoberts. He couldn't get to the ball. And it's going to bounce and be down. And maybe lost 2 or 3 yards there. McRoberts probably with the wind. It is a little bit blustery out there. Decided not to catch that. There was a Warrior breaking down in front of him as well. Could have been nearly catch interference.
I think if he would have continued to try to catch it, it would have been interference. He would have bumped into him. But he made a wise decision, If it's questionable, get away from it. But you can tell right there by that punt, his probably marching orders was that to kick it high or kick it out of bounds, and don't let him have that opportunity.
6:05 to go. 4-3 defensive scheme here. Misdirection, give it to McRoberts. Trying to run right behind that left guard, and Trayvon and company will drill him. That's a dealer collision, big hit. Had some help there.
Will Fisher there filled the gap really well. He was the first line, and then obviously he had a little bit of a help coming in from Trayvon.
It's 55, Coach.
Yeah, that's Fisher.
Is it Fisher? Yeah, he is 6'2", 290. He's hard to move.
He's my neighbor.
Yeah.
And he weighs that much.
He comes over right after you go to Costco.
He's a big kid.
This is our Boulevard home game of the week. Second possession of the night for the Hurricane Tigers. 2nd down and 10. Gun T formation. They put Jacobs in motion. They'll blow it dead. We've got some movement here. Travis Roberts is our referee tonight. Veteran crew here. And it's a false start on the Tigers, and I'll back them up 5 yards. And so the Tigers, 2nd down and long. And that, when you like to run the ball like Hurricane does.
This is exactly what the coaches told me before the game. We can't afford to keep having penalties, and penalties have killed us this year.
So 2nd down and 15 here. Fake it, looking to roll out. Now back across the middle, wide open, McRoberts. McRoberts, 1st down and more. Inside the 35 and taken down there, and a flag flies in at the end of that run on the tackle.
I think we're going to have a face mask. This kind of goes back to what we talked before. You've got to know where he is at all times. I'm telling you what, in practice this week, Snow Canyon, I'm sure they probably put a little cap on the scout team player and said, okay, this is number 22. Whether he's in the running back spot, whether he's in the slot, no matter where he is, we got to know where he's at all times.
And really good play design there, Coach, because it looks like you're trying to dump it the flat to Jacobs. Instead, he goes back over the middle, and there was no backside help there as McRoberts is so fast.
You run that wide receiver out and take a corner and a safety's attention off of that, and then drag him a deep dig in the middle of the field.
And you got to credit that offensive line for moving out to that left side and creating that moving pocket to give Dylan Gabriel the chance to throw a nice clothesline pass right onto the hands of McRoberts. 4:35 left here on the Nets on Fire first quarter clock. No score, but the Tigers are knocking on the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. They're going to start at 1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line after the penalty. And now they're actually going to adjust it a little bit more, and they're going to move the chains ahead. So they adjusted where they spotted it after the penalty. And so did they call that a 15-yarder?
15-yarder, yeah.
And moved it closer. So Tigers now from the 18-yard line. They adjusted just 3 yards there. 1st and 10. Gabriel puts Jacobs in motion, gives it to him. He's going to bounce to the outside, all the way to the edge, and finally will be pushed out of bounds down around the 6-yard line. Another good run by the Tigers offense.
Well, and that shows you the speed that he has as well. Snow Canyon looked like they were going to do a good job spilling it and forcing him to the outside, and he just got to the corner.
Tigers will huddle up. Gabriel right in the middle of it. Offensive line for the Tigers. You look at some of the House of Jump starters in the trenches. Titan Wright, Tanner Matua, Gunnar Gardner, Andrew Muggleston, and Matthew Perry is the center. It's a good offensive line for Coach Jerry Cowan. 4:19 to go. Wind is in the face of the Tigers here. In the wing formation, the handoff up the middle, McRoberts, and he is going to be drilled and hit right at the line of scrimmage, and I don't think he got much, maybe half a yard.
No, a good job again by that front and the linebacking core of making sure that they stay home, knowing that when they come out in that wing, that you've got to take away that inside run.
Devin Dixon, Rick Berry here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. We are going to be getting you Flynn Company's Region 9 updates all night long on those other 2 games as we progress through the night. Appreciate Flynn Company's. And Crimson already leads 7-0. And then Deacon Virgin threw a touchdown pass, and Dixie tied it. So 7-7 between the Flyers and the Mustangs. And a little bit of misdirection. Gabriel ends up keeping that football. That just looked like something was a little bit off, Coach.
It went out right through his hands. He was lucky to hold on to it, bobbled it a little bit, couldn't miss the handoff there, did the right thing, just tucked it and got what he could.
Here in Desert Hills, Pineview, Desert Hills drove all the way down but fumbled into the end zone for a touchback. So still scoreless over there with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter between the Thunder and the Panthers. We will keep you posted. That game also streaming on the Fan Sports Network YouTube page and KSL.com, just like this one is. If you're listening on radio, about to head home for your Friday night and want to watch either game. Gabriel going to throw over the middle. Missile caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers. It is Brody Jacobs with the score. It is a 6-yard Gabriel to Jacobs, touchdown, and the Tigers strike first.
Wow, and this is the hard thing to do against Hurricane is you stack that box trying to stop that run because you know it's coming.
Yeah.
And so when they do a play action pass like that and a play like that, that's tough to stop.
So the first touchdown of the game goes Gabriel to Jacobs, and the Tigers take the early lead. And here is Max Hutchings. And the kick is up and good. Extra point brought to you by Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. And we'll take a timeout. When we come back, Tigers have the 7-0 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Today's game is brought to you by Hendel's Homemade Ice Cream, Sport Court of Southern Utah, Mountain Mike's Pizza, Grass Creek Construction, and Jimmy John's.
Back here at Hurricane High School, 7-0. And really an empty possession there, but on possession number 2, good field position. Tigers via the pass, 2 big pass plays. The one to McRoberts that got him down to the 34. Face mask gets him down inside the 20. And they drive down and get the 6-yard touchdown. Really good start for H-Town here at home.
Yeah, and you really can't sleep on that play action. And I said it earlier, that's the toughest thing to defend when you're playing Hurricane because you do stack the box. You are conscious of their running game, and then they throw that little RPO play action, and it's tough to stop.
Brett Beathers on the return, but pretty good special teams. I bet they spent a little extra time. Hurricane had a special teams touchdown last week at Pineview, but they also gave one up on a kickoff return to Yoakum. So that time everybody stayed in their lanes, and he gets right to the 20-yard line, and that was it.
If you can't get it into the end zone, the best thing you can do, Devin, is you coffin corner it to one side and you bring your kickoff team to that side and it eliminates half of the field.
7-0 lead. Olsen trying to change that over the middle. It's caught by Thompson. Thompson to the 40. Foot race to midfield and tripped up from the backside down at the Tiger 45-yard line. But a big 35-yard pitch and catch there, and all of a sudden they flip the field and the Warriors get a big play.
Nice composure by Olsen in the pocket. Waits till he clears off of that and throws a dart. A really nice ball and a great run after the catch.
A good shot there. Our Holbrook Asphalt replay. We're hoping for over 25 points. Fans, if we get it, you can head over there for the big score dessert. Holbrook has buy one, get one free. If we get it, we'll let you know. Nice run play to the outside. That's going to pick up 8, it looks like, on the initial mark. And all of a sudden, a little momentum for the Warriors offense.
Yeah, Esplin got the corner on that. And if you can get the corner there, you picked up, 8 yards. So very manageable when you get into that second, third. It gives Coach Nowatzki an open playbook.
Scoreboard lighting up over Crimson. They have scored again to take a 14-7 lead over Dixie on a T. Andresen touchdown. Here, 7-0, Hurricane. And here's Olsen, straight drop, looking to throw. He'll check it down. It's caught, makes a man miss. Lounsbury to the 30, still on his feet, down to the 27. Really good balance by Brody Lounsbury.
Totally impressed with Olsen. He felt the blitz coming off the edge. Hurricane brought pressure coming off that right side. He felt that, knew he couldn't go downfield anymore, had a receiver, a little outlet off to the side and got it to him for a pickup of 10 yards.
Beathers in the slot in the middle of a trips, actually. So Kai Faw is on the outside. Now they go empty. Milo Ince is also inside receiver in the slot. He's open behind the defense. Olsen doesn't see him. Olsen's going to tuck and run. Cuts back, makes a man miss, and then stretches inside the 25-yard line and turned a little something into a positive gain there.
Yeah, he had a running back out into the flat there that was wide open, but he was going away from him, looking downfield, and didn't see him. If he could have flipped his shoulders a little bit, man, he had a lot of yards to go.
7-0 Hurricane. Already 1 minute left in this opening quarter. But the Tigers got to try to find a defensive stop here. 2nd down and 7 as the Snow Canyon Warriors knocking on the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Olson's going to throws on the run, tries to hit Beathers, and put a lot of mustard on that one. It goes right through the fingertips and flying out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, it's probably good he didn't catch it because he had Brody Jacobs coming down hard on that, looking for a big hit off of that. So wouldn't have picked up much if he even would have held on to it.
Again, you got Cannon Cowan there playing the safety. Jackson Weingar is up in the box now. And Jacobs at one safety, playing both ways. And they're going to throw one-on-one. Thompson behind the defense, but it's too far out in front, incomplete. But they're going to call a flag on that far side of the field. And it looks like pass interference is going to go against the Hurricane Tigers.
If you watch this, when he gets about to the 10-yard line, as he's coming down there, I think the defender reaches out and grabs and pulls a little bit. So Hurricane coaches aren't real thrilled with it, but I think it's the right call.
And it was one-on-one coverage. Wardle there.
Right here is where the pass interference happens.
Not on the intended receiver. You're saying off ball?
No, on the intended receiver.
Your circle was...
That's because he was already passed. They're too quick for me this morning. I'm worried about eating my pizza here.
Again, thanks to Mountain Mike's for feeding Coach Barry. He's locked in now. Olson on a design quarterback keeper off the right side. Turns running north and south, but didn't get much on 3rd down. And now do you want to keep the offense out there, or do you want to bring Ammon Allred on for a field goal? He's got a big leg.
Yeah, I think at this point you've got to.
Early in the game, there's 20 seconds left in the quarter. They don't have to snap it here, so they can think about it if they don't want to hurry here.
It's only 2nd down, though. That PI.
Chain gang. Oh, that's right. You're right. They forgot to change the marker on the far side. 2nd down and 8. I don't think they're going to get this playoff unless they hurry.
No, they're not going to be in a rush here.
And it's going to do it for the quarter. So we have played 1 quarter in the books. Warriors in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone when we come back. But it's the Tigers that have taken the 7-0 lead on the Wilkinson scoreboard here in our Boulevard home game of the week. Back in a flash.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
Today's game is brought to you by Boulevard Home, Finley Subaru, House of John, Bucks Ace Hardware, and City of St. George Recreation.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Start of quarter number 2 here. And it's 7-0 Tigers. Got an update for you brought to you by Flynn Companies. Panthers just blocked a punt, got the ball at the 5-yard line, punched it in. Pineview leads Desert Hills 10-0 over there in that game. Again, 14-7 Mustangs over Dixie. Here, Snow Canyon chance to tie things up. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 14-yard line. Olson's going to throw into the end zone. Corner route. Thompson got it. Scores it. Beautiful pass. High and dropping into Thompson. And we're a PAT away from being tied up. They'll give him a 14-yard touchdown on the connection.
Well, when you have a receiver at this level with that kind of size, this is a perfect throw. When you're going back into that back corner right here, you let your 6'5" receiver go up and make the play.
And good pass there. The 12th passing touchdown of the season for Olson. put it right on the spot.
Well, he put it where nobody else could get it but his receiver.
Best Friends, Animal Sanctuary, Kanab, Utah. Ammon Allred up and good. Ammon Allred has tied this game up with the extra point, and we'll take another quick break. Come back, 7-7 on the Wilkinson scoreboard.
This week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
Today's game is brought to you by Honolulu Grill, Wilkinson's House of Lighting, Appliance Wholesalers Plus, Everbowl, and Best Friends Animal Sanctuary.
Back here at the Tigers Den, as I like to say. Great crowd on a football Friday, Region 9, under the lights. Beautiful day today, 90 degrees in southern Utah. Temperatures cooling off now that the sun has set. Returnable from the 5. This is Jacobs. Brody Jacobs goes to the outside. Shifty couple cuts to the middle of the field. Still pulling through. Defenders on his back, and he's out to the 38-yard line. Good return by Jacobs.
You know, Hurricane does a really good job with their special teams. I know they spend a lot of time with that, especially on that kickoff return, because they've got 2 guys that can take it to the house. So you got to be very careful on the special teams. You'd prefer that ball get into the end zone, but if not, you got to limit some of the field position.
Coach, pretty even match so far tonight.
It has been, and it's kind of what we said, Devin. We really thought this game was going to be really close.
And here we go. Tigers trying to answer. Out of the gun. Rolling. Gabriel going to tuck and run. He's got a little room. Puts his foot in the ground at the 48. Into Warrior territory all the way down to the 42-yard line. That is a 20-yard run by Dylan Gabriel on first down.
And this is what makes Hurricanes offense so tough, because you've got not just McRoberts. You got Gabriel that can run as well. And when he pulls and gets out into the open field, his vision and speed is very close to what McRoberts is. So you really have 2 dynamite running backs. Then you throw in your wings. It's a tough offense to defend.
Fabulous Freddy's first down. Dylan Gabriel showing off the running ability. And Tigers on the march, already into Warrior territory. A lot of misdirection, inside handoff. And here comes Jacobs. Shot out of a cannon. Brody Jacobs down inside the 20. Finally rid out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another good pop for this Tigers offense.
Well, and Jacobs really shows you his speed and vision right here. You're going to see a great cut right there inside of this block right here where he gets the edge and goes. And it's a great read by him and a good job by his offensive line getting out and making that block.
Jacobs came in tonight, 51 carries, 553 yards. That was a 10.8 yard per carry average, Coach. Pretty incredible stuff there from the senior on senior night. And into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, the Tigers looking to retake the lead. We're tied 7-7, 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Gun T formation with 2 receivers. Roberts in the slot. Gabriel will keep it. Spin move in the middle of traffic. Warriors trying to rip it out there, and they finally blow the play dead. Big gain of 5, maybe 6, depending on the spot, Coach, down inside the 8.
Well, again, it was a good read. He had the option of handing it or pulling it and saw the little bit of a crease off tackle there and put his head down and pick up 5. Anytime you can pick up 4 or 5 yards down deep into the red zone, that's a good play.
So far, both the offensive lines have been getting a little bit of a good push on the defensive lines for each respective team. Tigers wearing the black. jerseys, the whites with the gold helmets, blue pants tonight, the color scheme for the Warriors. Handoff, McRoberts dancing around and goes to the outside. It's a dead sprint. He's going to score easily. Untouched. Austin McRoberts, an 8-yard touchdown jog to pay dirt.
This is what Hurricane does so well. If we can show a replay off of this here, I'm going to show you right here. Look at this hole he has. He's got a blocker right here. He sees this hole here, and he cuts, and there's nobody home that's going to catch him.
Block. I mean, nobody left unblocked, really.
No. And this is what I said. Hurricane really starts the plays with inside the tackles and then lets the running backs make the cut and see the daylight.
8-yard touchdown run. 13-7. Tigers back on top. Here comes the best friends. Kanab, Utah, extra point from Hutchings. Take that quick drive up there. Dogs and cats and lots of different animals, snakes and rabbits. And they have, everything you could think of to adopt. Low adoption fees. They're just looking for a loving home. So maybe the holidays around the corner, you want to add a new pet to the family. Go check out bestfriends.org or take the trip up to Kanab, Utah. It's a beautiful facility, beautiful sanctuary. If you've never been there, it's absolutely fantastic. Go check it out and take home your new best friend. So here's Hutchings. Hold, and the kick is away. It's low, and he might have got it through, and he did. And it's 14-7 when we come back. Tigers back on top here on the Fan Sports Network in our Boulevard home game of the week.
Sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the quarter field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Game is brought to you by Dealer Collision, Coral Canyon Golf Course, Udi and Associates, Fabulous Freddy's, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, and Great Harvest Bread Company.
You better hurry before Rick takes it down. Me and Coach challenge some Mountain Mike Pizza out in Hurricane, 14-7. Good one. And how about that nice run by Austin McRoberts, putting the Tigers back on top. Here's the kickoff. End over end, but returnable. No, it's blown dead. It went in high school. If it breaks the plane of the goal, it is a touchback. So that is immediately signaled by Travis Roberts, and they'll set up shop at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Parker Olson, who did just kind of get things heated up there, and it was a beautiful pass on that touchdown to Isaiah Thompson on their scoring drive. So we'll see if he's ready to go back to work. By moving Lounsbury back to linebacker and running back and Olsen to quarterback, it's done wonders. They're the number 2 team in the RPI coming into tonight. Again, Olsen, 63% completion, throwing for 180 yards a game, 11 touchdowns, now 12 after that touchdown earlier on tonight. Does have 8 interceptions on the season. And they'll fake the sweep on the jet. They'll keep it with Olsen. He takes a big Dealer Collision, big hit, but he's going to pick up 5 out to the 25. There was some contact there. Was that? I want to see who came up, because somebody came up and put a lid on a lid there and made a nice tackle on Olsen, but I just didn't catch the number live.
Well, I think this is a big possession, Devin, for Snow Canyon. You don't want to go 3 and out at this point and give Hurricane field position, so I think they need a sustained drive here.
Another design keeper. Olsen's going to try that left side, and he's going to be near a first down right at the 30. Just spins on the spot. Looks like they're going to spot it enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down. They got a new hybrid tunnel at both Southern Utah Fabulous Freddy's. Rick, you can go touchless or you can get the brushes. You choose.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Of course, you can get some Ike sandwiches inside the Bluff Street location. Of course, they got their splash drinks at both locations, and only full-service car wash in town. They'll wipe your car down, get a VIP car wash this weekend at Fabulous Freddy's. Olsen looking to throw. It's a comeback route to the sticks, and it's incomplete. It was intended on that far sideline for Sakai Faw, and he couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, good good defense by Titan there over on that corner. Saw the ball, drove hard on the receiver, got his hands up into the pocket there. A good job by him.
Borchard had kind of the breakout game in that 49-2 win a couple weeks ago at Dixie, where he had 3 interceptions and a long, was like a 60-yard touchdown run. Big performance for him. Rolling out, checking it down, complete to Lounsbury. Lounsbury shaking and baking. He'll have the first down and more out to the 49-yard line. Brody Lounsbury there made a good move, and that was a smart decision by Olsen.
Now, 3 or 4 times Lounsbury's been open out in that flat. Kind of a security receiver for him. Hurricanes defense has kind of fallen off on the back and then gone with the depth on there. So I think you'll see them come back to that if they're not going to account for him out in that flat.
Here's the run. Lounsbury hit at the 48. It'll be a 2-yard gain. Again, both these teams are laying the wood right now, Coach. This is a pretty physical game so far.
Well, and I think, both coaches pregame told me the same thing. We got to be physical tonight. And I think whoever's going to be the most physical, and especially in the trenches, is going to win.
2nd down and 8. In Tiger territory. Warriors trailing Hurricane 14-7. 7 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the second quarter. Taking a shot one-on-one. It's Thompson. Good defense, but he goes up and gets it anyway.
That's a great catch. Not only going up, we got to see this replay. Not only going up high to get it, but to get his feet down in play.
This game is brought to you by
You watch Parker takes a big shot as he's going to throw the ball. He sees that again. Hurricane brought pressure from the outside. Okay?
Trying to get that loaded up. Trouble with our replay. Beautiful catch down to the 25-yard line. Olsen, Esplin up the middle, and he'll get positive yardage, pickup of a couple. See if we can go back to that Thompson catch. Here we go, Coach.
Okay, watch this first here. He sees this coming out. He takes a big hit here, gets rid of the ball. Nice play here. And he gets up to the high point and gets a foot down in. It was a good play by both QB and receiver.
He's a big-time weapon, Isaiah Thompson. Now they're looking to throw again. Wheel route to Esplin. Esplin trying to get behind the defense. He caught it. Did he stay in bounds? Yes, he did at the 1. No, he went out of bounds at the 1. 1st and goal, Warriors.
Again, a really good read by knowing, that he's got single coverage on that backside corner and throws it up there. So, again, playmakers that we kind of highlighted to begin with before the game are ones making the play. Again, he had pressure in his face.
Good concentration. That over-the-shoulder basket catch by Cale Esplin out of the backfield. Olsen going to try to run it in himself. Pushing, fighting, scoring. Olsen, touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown plunge, and we're an extra point away from being tied up again, Coach.
Yeah, this has been a really good game, and you know what? Great answer by Snow Canyon. Hurricane takes the lead. We talked about it, that they needed to have a sustained drive, and they did that. A couple big passes, a great job by Parker, staying in the pocket, seeing pressure coming, and still delivering the ball, and it's a great answer by Snow Canyon.
So the Tigers had that lead after the Jacobs TD, and it was short-lived.
PAT is good after.
Short-lived.
So we've got a 14-14 ball game.
Warriors bouncing back, all tied up, when we come back on the Fan Sports Network.
Real Estate has over 350 professional realtors in the St. George area that specialize in the local market. Whether you're buying your dream home, looking for an investment property, or want to sell your home for the highest amount, the Red Rock Real Estate team is here to assist you. Get started now. Visit redrockrealestate.com.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Today's game is brought to you by Flynn Companies, Intercap Lending, Nets on Fire, Jersey Mike's, and Stretch Lab.
Welcome back to Hurricane. Tied 14-14 here on the Fan Sports Network. Streaming tonight on KSLSports.com. Links up at thefansportsnetwork.com as well as our YouTube page. Lots of ways you can access the action, and it's lived up to the hype so far. We are tied up 14-14. Tonight's game brought to you by the City of St. George Recreation Department. Youth and adult sports signups always at sgcityutah.gov. You got about another week or less until the 5th through 9th grade junior jazz signups close. So if you got some kids you want to get 5th through 9th grade in junior jazz, they got that Bantam League they've added. Go check out City of St. George Recreation Department and get your kids playing junior jazz today. Gabriel going to throw on first down. It's complete on the outside. And like a shot out of a cannon. And that Jacobs again right down the sideline. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage, though. Or was that McRoberts? On that far sideline.
I think it was Jacobs. But it looks like it's coming back again. That same thing that's haunted the Tigers this year is penalties.
That was McRoberts, not Jacobs, so my mistake. They run so similar. They both run so hard, but it is going against the Tigers, and that was one of your keys. Limit the penalties.
Yeah.
I didn't see what happened. Did you catch the
no.
I didn't see who the infraction was.
I don't know who the
on.
holding was.
Yeah. But instead of 1st and 10 out across the 30-yard line, now you're backed up to your own 10. 1st and 20. Dylan Gabriel. Out of that wing T formation with the twin receiver set. Going to run it right up the middle. And handoff goes straight ahead for a couple. Out to about the 14-yard. They call it the 13-yard line. So a pickup of just 3. It'll be second down and long.
Well, and if you look out there, Devin, I mean, Snow Canyons, it sometimes has 7 and 8 people in the box, have a free safety back in the middle of the field, 2 corners, playing a cover 3 on the back end, but then loading the box and saying, hey, we're going to do our best to eliminate these runs.
McRoberts in the slot. Bradley Rose split out wide. Out of the gun tee. Gabriel watching for that blitz. Now he's going to swing it outside. McRoberts with a sensational one-handed catch, and it's going to be a loss back to the 9. Well, they'll mark him at the 10. How'd he catch that? I don't know if that was a forward pass or backwards pass there, but it was close.
Well, it was a great read by Nowatzki, too, of reading that play, knowing that he had him out into the flat, makes that read, breaks on the ball, and makes a really good form tackle there for a loss.
And now Hurricane in a tough spot here. 3rd down and 20 from their own 10-yard line. They've had some explosive plays. Can they find another one here? Snow Canyon's got to be thinking, okay, we've got 5:40 left on the second quarter clock. If we can get a stop here, we're going to get great field position. And inside handoff on some misdirection. Here comes Jacobs. Jacobs is going to pick up some pretty good yardage out to the 20-yard line. 10-yard gain, but punt unit will have to come on for the Tigers.
Well, again, it's a good defensive stand by Snow Canyon after scoring, but what happens? Hurricane has a penalty instead of the 1st and 10. It's 1st and 20, all of a sudden back on your own 10-yard line. That takes away your momentum. So, again, penalties hurting the Tigers.
And we'll see Gabriel stay on to punt it. It's a pretty good punt, but it's going to be returnable. And Beathers will take it at the 42, and he's tackled right at the 42. No gain on the play as he started to try to go to the left, and no chance.
Yeah, really good coverage there by the Tigers, and it looks like number 19 or 14. I couldn't tell which number there, Devin, but a great coverage by the Tigers. But good field position. You still have almost 5 minutes left in the half, and the ball on the 42-yard line.
Tonight's game brought to you by Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar. Student specials available 11 to 3 all week long for your high school and college students. Stop by and enjoy Kabuto's newly remodeled over there. Delicious sushi, great ramen bar, absolutely fantastic.
We're going to get a penalty.
Absolutely fantastic.
Talk to him. Don't do it. We're going to get a penalty.
4:49 to go. 14-14 tie game on our Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. And the Tigers jump off sides. That'll give 5 free yards to Snow Canyon. They'll snap this from the 46. Olsen, little flip pass, caught. Lounsbury fighting, slips through, down the sideline. Brody Lounsbury into Tiger territory, finally driven out of bounds at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, a well-designed play there for Snow Canyon. If you watch this, it looks like it's a run. At first, it's a little bit of an RPO option of him being able to throw it out into the flatter to keep it.
Lounsbury starting to make some flash plays for this Warriors offense. Later on in the game, we'll be naming our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the game. Olsen going to throw. Pressure comes. Escapes. Throws on the run. And it is caught. Caught down inside the 20. Beautiful throw and on the run. And it's caught by Sokai Faw, who is getting the start with the injury to Cam Hill. And he is producing his second catch of the night.
Well, again, Parker escapes. I mean, they have him dead to rights right here. They've got him here. He gets out of it. But this is what I like, Devin. You watch this. Where's his eyes? They're upfield and makes a great throw on the run.
Parker Olsen escaping and making it happen. Now he's going to throw on the run behind the defense. Diving attempt on the catch incomplete. He was trying to find Milo Ince in the corner of the end zone, and it's off his fingertips.
Well, that's one you'd like to see him pull and run. You know, he has 10 yards in front of him on that. He's trying to make a play. Probably he watches that film and thinks, you know what, I needed to pull that one and run.
6 inches shorter, though, and it might have been a diving touchdown.
No.
It was close. Second down here. And 10 in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. And it's a jump pass to Esplin. Caught, jump cut back to the inside. Weaving into the middle, down inside the 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short. They can get a first down right near the 5.
Yeah, really nice jump cut by Esplin on that one. If he stays to the outside, he only gains 1 or 2. Sees that, cuts back in where he's got a little bit of help and picks up 7 yards.
Both teams bringing it tonight. Tied 14-14. Just under 4 minutes to go on our Nets on Fire clock in this first half. Warriors have not led yet tonight. They were down 7-0, tied it. Down 14-7, tied it. Now they got a chance to take their first lead. Olsen's going to get the first down. Down inside the 5 to the 4. Olsen with his legs from that quarterback position.
Well, and I think Snow Canyon is going to be very content, Devin, to run the ball, take their time, try to score, and not leave a lot of time on that clock for Hurricane.
3:30 and ticking. No huddle. They're hand signaling in the plays. Tiger defense getting some noise from their home crowd here at the Tigers Den. Olsen will keep it. Hit. Fighting. Pushing. Fighting. He's down near the 1. Ball almost came out, and he's going to be short.
See, that's one of the problems you have. In fact, you saw it last night in the Rams game.
Yes.
You know, you get down there towards the goal line and the pile starts pushing. You sometimes lose control of that ball because you're upright and so many guys can come in punching at that ball.
That was a great play by the rookie D tackle for the Niners, though, on Kyron Williams. They probably win that game if he doesn't make it.
Oh, there's no question.
Rams probably would have won. Instead, the Niners won in overtime. Throw into the end zone. Touchdown, Thompson. Isaiah Thompson, his second TD of the night from the star junior quarterback Parker Olsen, and that was another great ball by Olsen.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Olsen. And you know what? When we had him a few weeks ago, I said the same thing. For a QB that was not supposed to be the starter coming off of last year, I've been very impressed with him.
Maybe it was the plan all along, but Lounsbury came in the middle of the season.
Right?
Yeah, nobody knew. Unless, maybe we saw him in 7-on-7s in the summer or whatnot. Extra point brought to you by Best Friends Canab Utah. Up and good. We'll take the break. Warriors have
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Fabulous Freddy's is the locals' choice for a full-service car wash. It's fast. Have your car washed in just 20 minutes or less. Fabulous Freddy's always keeps it clean inside and out, with 2 Southern Utah locations as well as in Vegas, Lehigh, and Sandy.
Hey, welcome back here. Late moments of the second quarter. Devin Dixon, Rick Berry in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. A reverse, and the ball comes out. And I think Snow Canyon fighting for it. Who got it? I think the Warriors got it. Yes, the Warriors have the football, recovered by Albert Thacker, the senior special teams linebacker. And they tried the reverse, and it got stuck on the hip.
Sometimes you can get a little bit too cute, Devin, and it comes back to haunt you. To me, there's no reason Hurricane has to do a reverse. They got 2 dynamite returners here on the return. Man, just let him catch it and go with it. But big turnover, costly turnover.
Here we go. Let's take another look. Holbrook Asphalt replay. He's trying.
See it right here. He's got the ball down here, trying to draw the defense over here, but just could not hold on to it.
They were a little too close maybe to get that exchange timed perfectly. Now Warriors going right back to work. That ball comes out. Trey Vaughn might have fumbled and recovered by the Tigers. Was he down or not? There is a penalty on the play. It is Tiger ball for the moment. And now we await the penalty flag to see if it will stand or not, Coach.
Crazy last 30 seconds here, Devin.
Wild sequence.
It looks like it is on Snow Canyon.
The fumble was recovered by Drake Gines, the sophomore. They pointed Hurricanes' way, and yes, if the penalty is on Snow Canyon, holding on the Warriors, then the Tigers get it right back.
Yeah, big turnover. Snow Canyon had an opportunity to take a big lead going into half, but a big turnover, costly turnover.
Wow, good stuff. So another big turn of events here. And now the Tigers have a little time here to do some work. They are going to start inside their own 10-yard line here. 1st and 10, 2:19. And out of the gun tee is Dylan Gabriel. Truly a 2-minute drill here. Going to throw. Outside, receiver on a slant route, and he couldn't bring it in. Intended for Bradley Rose. And kind of went off the hands, incomplete there, Coach.
Yeah, nice little slant, a good throw, just a little bit short-armed and went right through his hands.
Tonight's game brought to you by Coral Canyon Golf Course. Coral Canyon celebrating 25 years of great golf. Coral is rocking right now. Tees, fairways, greens, pure. Get your tee times. You got to plan ahead. Get your tee times before they're gobbled up. 435-688-1700 or coralcanyongolf.com. Gabriel rolling out. Pressure coming. Throwing. No, he's not. He's going to tuck and eat it. Live to fight another play. Sack for the first time tonight on Dylan Gabriel. Back inside the 5. He didn't have a chance to throw across the body there. Nobody open downfield either, I don't think, Coach.
Yeah, no, and it was a wise decision by him not to do that. You know, we always talk about live to see another play. Right here, as you see, there's a lot of pressure on him there, and it was a good decision for him, but great pressure for that front from Snow Canyon.
Sack made by number 52, Jalen Felipe. And now clock stops. 3rd down and 15 here. Gabriel is going to take this snap standing at his goal line, and now we're going to have a timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. Luke, you know this guy. He's got all your protection under one roof, your home, your auto, or your life insurance. Call Luke today. I know you don't wake up and think, I'm going to shop my insurance, but if Luke can save you a bunch of money, why wouldn't you? Luke Udy, remember the name, look him up, American Family Insurance. Coach, what did you see so far in this game? We've had a lot of fireworks. This has been a very entertaining first half with the Warriors leading 21-14 here over Hurricane.
You know, it has, Devin. Both teams are playing really hard. You got to give a lot of credit to the kids, the coaching staffs. They both had these teams prepared. They knew it. You know, what was on line for this, what was at stake, and they've got them prepared, and the kids are playing their hearts out. And this is the kind of game you love to watch, and we love to call, of these kids going back and forth. Big plays. Our star players of the game are two of the players that are having great games.
And Parker Olsen's got his hand in all three touchdowns. One rushing and two to Thompson through the air.
And he looks really good tonight. He's made some really smart decisions. So,
McRoberts,
we anticipated this kind of game, and I think we're going to have it till the end.
McRoberts has a touchdown. Jacobs has the other one. 3rd down and 15. And going to roll out. Gabriel looking back across the field on a little wheel route. Has it up high. It's caught. Is it not caught? I think he grabbed it, got a foot down, inbounds. Catch made by number 2, C.J. Trump. That's his first catch of the night, and that's enough for a fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, it's a great play, a good design. You know, coming out of the backfield and running a wheel route. You know, we can't see, obviously, with the Hurricane players on the sideline. Official right there making the call. A big play on 3rd down.
And I'll tell you what, not much you can do there if you're Easton Nowatzki. He is in step for step, perfect position. The only thing he didn't do was get his head around in time to maybe bat that ball down. 2:01 to go. Out of the shadow of their own goal, they escape, and now the Tigers can keep marching potentially. They'll throw that slant again, and that's broken up on a big dealer collision. Big hit. Ho, ho, ho. Laying some wood there, coach, as they used to say.
Oh, my gosh. Gage came in. I read that. It was a nice little slant. The ball was right on target, but Gage read that and made a big hit to jaw that loose. Oh, what a great hit.
You look at tackles this year, and Kelly leads this team. Lounsbury, Vaughn, Nowatzki, Randolph, all right there. But Hobson came into tonight with just 4 total tackles, and he makes a big, it won't even count as a tackle. It's a pass breakup, though, on a big hit. They'll run into McRoberts, little crease, shut down, and he'll pick up just a couple. Looked like it could have been a little bit more there, but they were flying the football. I think Nowatzki made that stop, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, this is going to be an interesting call here, Devin. It's 3rd and 9 with only 1:40 left of what Hurricane wants to do. They want to be aggressive, throw the ball, go after that, or run a play and hopefully get out of here at halftime just down 7.
Out of the gun. 3rd down and 8. Gabriel going to throw. Tiger quarterback taking a shot. One-on-one. High side of the field. Behind the defense. McRoberts couldn't bring it in. Just overthrown by maybe a yard. Maybe just a yard,
Yeah,
Coach.
that was really close. I think if he leads him inside instead of outside, he has a really good opportunity to make that catch.
4th down, and they'll have to punt it back to Snow Canyon with 1:13 left here on the second quarter clock.
Yeah, and Snow Canyon still has enough timeouts, and they're going to get decent field position that they're going to have an opportunity to move the ball down the field.
Gabriel stays on to do the kicking. High snap, but he got it. Low, going to short hop the return man. Takes a high bounce, touched him. He had to go get it off the turf. Beathers now has a little crease to the 35, cut back and got to the 41, and he's drilled down there.
Sometimes when you bobble like that, Devin, it throws everybody off. Instead of being tackled back on the 30, he's up to the 40 with a minute left and some timeouts in your pocket. I anticipate Snow Canyon to turn Parker loose.
So Parker Olsen will come out. Warriors leading 21-14. Late in the second quarter, just a minute left on the game clock here in half number 1. It's been entertaining so far. Thanks for joining us tonight on the live stream or on the radio. Olsen going to throw, first down. Pocket collapsing, hit as he throws. Did it come out? Tigers jump on it like it might have been loose, but I think it's an incomplete forward pass, and that's what it's ruled.
Yeah, his arm's starting to come forward when he gets hit. Again, they came back to that play where you get your running back out into the flat where the defenders are basically taking the receivers and dropping deep, and he could have picked up 10 yards or so to get off into that out of bounds.
If it was coming forward, it was barely coming forward. It did fly forward, so I think just barely incomplete. Ball might have started to been, deflected as it was just cocked back, but as the arm started, then the hit came. Let's take one more look at that. We're going to have a timeout. Let's go and look at that play one more time. Dusty Allen, our great producer here. See if you can pause it right here, Coach. A little further. Right there. It almost looked like the empty hand there, but he's going forward.
Yeah. He had already brought it back.
It was
and
close,
his arms
though.
Going forward. It was close.
I think they got the right call, though.
But, go back a little bit on here. This is kind of what I've referred to. This is open all night long. Pause it right there. This is the intended receiver right here. There's nobody within 10 yards. They found something here of getting that back out into the flat because these guys are dropping off. And I think you're going to see Snow Canyon come back to that several times in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a prevent look there with only 54 seconds left. They're definitely playing deep.
Well, it's been there all
night. But there's enough time, though.
They've done this 2 or 3 times earlier and picked up some big yardage on it.
Too high safety look. Looking to run it. Here's Cale Esplin. Shot out of a cannon. It's going to be a good gain. They'll stop the clock to move the chains, and we'll see if anybody uses a timeout or not. Warriors don't look like they want to. They want to go quick here. 43 and ticking. Fresh set of downs. Olsen, ready, has the snap. Pump fake, pressure, rolls to the left. Pump fake. Now he's going to run to the 40 and trying to fight out of bounds, and it's a 10, maybe 11-yard gain, and he is going to stop the clock. That's a heads-up play by Parker Olsen.
Well, they've got a field goal kicker in Ammon Allred that's got a big, strong leg. So I'm sure they're looking at that saying, okay, we need to get X number of yards before we give Ammon a shot at that because he does have one of the stronger legs in the region.
Maybe in all of 4A. I mean, he's also a heck of a golfer, Coach.
Yes, he is.
Snow Canyon just by like a stroke missed out the team going to state, but they've got 4 individuals going to state, including Ammon Allred. Second down and a yard. They're going to air it out over the middle. Milo Ince keeps his footing momentarily, then tripped down near the 10. What a catch. Yeah. Milo Ince, first reception of the night.
Clock stops, but I think Snow Canyon is going to pull it and call a timeout here.
21 seconds. They're into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Appreciate Red Rock Real Estate. A lot of trips into the red zone tonight. It's been an action-packed first half, to say the least. I want to thank some of our other great sponsors. The Back Nine Golf, new location right there, River Road in George Washington, across from Summit. They're going to have some specials. They're going to have a trunk or treat games for the kids. Thursday, October 30th, they're going to give away a TaylorMade driver, a Ghost golf bag. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have live broadcast there. The fan is going to be there 5:30 till 9 o'clock. So mark it down in your calendar and join us at the grand opening of the second Back Nine indoor golf location, one of our great sponsors of sports here on the network. Also appreciate Roney's Mac Bar. Rick keeps threatening to take me, but he hasn't taken me yet to Roney's Mac Bar, now open in the Red Cliffs Mall.
I can't get that wallet out of the back of your pants there.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's got the vault right there.
That's right. My wife's controlling that wallet, just like yours. 21 and a half seconds to go. First down and 10, but that might be really irrelevant here. You really only have time for 4 plays, and now the Tiger fans making some noise. Olsen throwing, caught by Beathers, hit and dropped. That's going to keep the clock ticking momentarily. They're going to have to burn a timeout. Yeah, Mike Esplin's already called for it. He's on the field. So, they'll catch our breath. Timeout brought to you by Luke Udy and American Family Insurance. Coming up, we'll have the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show. Start your day with a hot breakfast or a fresh-made loaf of bread, or enjoy a satisfying lunch. Great Harvest, Boulevard Commons. They even do catering, too, for your next team event. Have them cater it for you. Great Harvest Bread Company. We had a Make-A-Wish we did in the Fan Sports Network studios last week, and Great Harvest kind enough to bring over some catered food for breakfast. Delicious cinnamon rolls. The cinnamon rolls from Great Harvest are unbelievable. Right, Dusty? Dusty's giving me a thumbs up over there. We need to put the booth cam on Dusty over there working.
He's shaking his head. Not a chance.
Yeah. Keep it right here. This is big. If Snow Canyon could go up 14 here with a touchdown, or even if they had to settle for a field goal, you'd love to see if you're Mike Esplin the touchdown, but you got to find points on this drive.
You got to put points on here, and make it a 2-score game.
They are starting to make some noise, stomping their feet here at the Tigers' Den. It's loud. Flags fly. There was movement. False start Warriors. That's going to back them up back to about the 12-yard line, maybe the 13. A couple seconds did tick off the clock there too, Coach. They lost a couple seconds.
Well, they need to put that back on because that's a dead ball.
Yeah, but they're not.
Penalty.
Yeah, are they?
If that's a false start, they got to put a couple seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, they're looking at the clock. They're talking about it, and I think here comes Travis Roberts saying, what was the clock at before the play? I think they're going to have to put it back to, wasn't it 15.7? I think 2 seconds went off the clock. I think it was 15.7. I think it's 15.7.
But it was a dead ball.
So now our clock operator is trying to get the hand signals from our referee. He's not Mike. So 2 seconds will go back on the clock. Second down still here. Snow Canyon trying to put late points here on the second quarter scoreboard, leading 21-7. And they're still trying to get that clock reset. It's giving them trouble, and we're in a brief delay. Gives us a chance to thank our friends at the Stretch Lab. You can get an introductory 50-minute stretch for just $39. Big savings there if you use code word radio at the Stretch Lab. If you're running the marathon this weekend, you might want to book an appointment for Monday over at the Stretch Lab. Use code word radio and get that 50-minute stretch for just $39. You ever been over there, Coach?
I'm not running the marathon, but I still would love to have that.
I've been over there. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. They got it to 15, but they're having trouble with the 0.7 here. And so we're still in a stoppage. And they're going to go to 16 here, which is close. Yeah, they're having trouble with the tenths on the clock. And now the crowd makes some noise again here at Hurricane. 21-14. Warriors with the lead and the football. Here we go. Olsen into the end zone. Back shoulder throw. And Sakai never turned around and saw the football in time. It's incomplete. So third down, 12.4 seconds remain. Really one more shot into the end zone, and then you probably got to be thinking, if you don't get it, you might want to run Ammon Allred out for a chip shot field goal.
Yeah, that field goal team's got to be ready to go.
Here's the play. Looking, back shoulder on the boundary. Thompson, diving catch. Yes, he made a diving catch. That'll stop the clock, but it's shy of the line to gain, Coach. So it's fourth down. And now here comes Allred in the field goal unit, I presume. Still 8 seconds on the clock. It's fourth and about 2, it looks like.
On about the 4-yard line. So big decision for him to make there. And looks like they are going to bring Ammon out.
Yep. He's got a big foot.
Yeah, this is a chip shot for Ammon.
Yeah, this is going to be like a 21-yard field goal attempt. Virtually an extra point here. And they'll spot it right at the 11. So 21 yards. Holder is Noah Campbell. The snap and the hold it down. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 4.6 seconds on the second quarter clock, Snow Canyon adds a field goal by Ammon Allred to make it 24-14. They got the points they needed there. And Snow Canyon is up by 10 here. And really this kickoff, if it's returnable, will be the final play of the half.
Yeah, I think with the strong leg Ammon has, I would be giving him the go-ahead to put it into the end zone and not let him have a play to come back.
4.6. And now, you had that fumble on that last kick return where you had McRoberts trying to hand it off to Jacobs and it got caught on the hip. It ended up not hurting Hurricane because then they fumbled.
They turned around and then got another turnover.
Breeding turnovers there.
Yeah, I think like you said, you put it into the end zone here and just eliminate any return whatsoever.
Ammon will kick off from the 40. And right now, they just got to dodge a big return. And the Warriors can take a 10-point lead, and they get the ball to start the second half because Hurricane got it first. They're going to squib it, and it's going to go to the 20, and then that'll be down there. But that won't be the final play because by the time he touched it, he was already on the ground, and the clock will stop on the change of possession. So one play from scrimmage remaining for the Tigers. What do you want to do here, Coach?
Yeah, you're taking a knee.
Or handing it off to Austin McRoberts saying, go break one.
Yeah, I'm taking a knee. Let's get in, regroup, figure out what we need to do, make our corrections, adjustments, and get these kids ready for the second half.
I don't know that I would take a knee. I would give a handoff. Say, go break a couple tackles. Make this thing interesting. I wouldn't be hook and ladder in here. This is not the end of the game. This is only the end of the first half. You're worried about a fumble? Is that what you're worried about?
Any fumble, them scoop and score, bad snap.
Gun T formation. Motion is Jacobs. They give it to McRoberts right up the middle. McRoberts shot out of a cannon, and he's going to get out to the 38. It's going to be about a 16-yard gain, and that's
it.
How the half will end. A fun halftime show. We're going to get you highlights. We get you scores from around the other region games tonight. See if we can get a visit from Daniel McKeon, principal at Hurricane High School. And we'll do it all inside of our Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show when we come back. At the half on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, 24-14. Snow Canyon leads Hurricane on the Fan Sports Network.
Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Aloha, sports fans. It's Boo and Nick from Honolulu Grill. Come get a taste of the islands. Try our famous Kahlua pork or tender teriyaki chicken, and you'll love our mac salad and sweet sauce on your rice. Don't forget to try our original Kava 8 at Honolulu Grill. It's game time.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports. At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that can make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks A stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to House of Jump, where gravity meets excitement. Jump, dunk, and dodge your way into a world of laughter and adrenaline. Whether you're a high-flying pro or just looking to defy gravity, House of Jump is where the thrill begins. Elevate your fun, slam dunk like a champion, and dodge obstacles with style. House of Jump is where every moment is a soaring adventure. So what are you waiting for? Head on over to our house, the House of Jump, or purchase Jump Time online at houseofjump.com.
Nets on Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Welcome to the Back Nine. We bring the world's best horses to you. Elevate your game at any time with 24/7 access to top-tier golf technology and expert PGA instructors available. Back Nine Golf is a place to improve your swing for all ages. Join us today.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com. or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Nah, we're good.
We're good because we're back and it's halftime. Exciting first half. Devin Dixon, Rick Barry, got a very special guest joining us in the booth, the principal of Hurricane High School, Daniel McKeon. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for coming by. And your assessment of the first half, buddy. I know you wanted the Tigers to be up 24-14, but what an exciting first half.
Yeah, it's been a great first half. We knew it would be a dog fight.
I got to get that mic going. Try now. Can we hear?
Try that.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah, no, it's a good first half, obviously. For Spokane, a better first half. We'd like to be on the other side of it, but it's a good football game, and we do want to get this to be a dog fight in the second half.
Well, we had Daniel, but Dusty just unhooked him. I don't know why. We had him.
I didn't have it.
Oh, you didn't have it. Oh, okay. So we didn't have it coming through our live stream. We'll get his audio up in a second.
How's that? Is that better?
There you go. Now we got you.
Okay.
Yeah. I want to ask you, too, about getting Jerry Cowan. I mean, this made a big difference. People really excited. Second year here, and obviously the home playoff game last year. You guys are 4-3 right now, 9th in the RPI ranking, and obviously good things happening here with Hurricane High School. Can you hear me, Daniel?
I can hear you a little bit. I'm getting background noise, but
yeah, the crowd mic is taking over for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's do this. Technical difficulties. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll see if we can get that audio on that third mic cleaned up here. At the half, presented by Great Harvest Bread Company, Snow Canyon leads 24-14.
Try the St. George Stretch Lab. It'll help boost your athletic performance, help you feel less restricted in your movements, knock out those nagging aches and pains, and melt away your stress. Right now at the St. George Stretch Lab, get an intro stretch for just $39. That's $30 off. Mention keyword radio.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Well, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Create your own relaxing, comfortable space. Boulevard Home offers the guaranteed best prices on furniture, appliances, mattresses, and more. And buy with no interest financing. Shop Boulevard Home, because home is who we are.
Your child's sports journey starts with the City of St. George Recreation. From their first steps on the court or field to becoming a star player, our youth sports programs are here to develop talents and teamwork skills. So get out and play. Check out all the sports and get signed up at sgcityrec.org.
Hi there, Dr. Cody Johnson from Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Just like any good sports team needs a game plan, your child's dental health needs one too. Call us or check us out online. Don't forget to ask for our new patient special. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, keeping your kids' teeth in championship form.
Hey, St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Flynn Group plays to win. From commercial to residential projects, we deliver the total building envelope. Roofing, glazing, and architectural metals. Championship quality every time. Flynn Group. We've got you covered.
Hey, it's Luke with Udine Associates at American Family Insurance. At Udine Associates, we love insurance so you don't have to. With a quick call, we can get you an instant quote with the right coverages. My team of licensed agents are ready to help you with better insurance from American Family. Give us a call at 435-251-9102.
Hey, there's a great halftime show going on. We heard it firsthand. It was like the performances were in the broadcast booth. We got our sound problem figured out here. Got a halftime show presented by Great Harvest. Principal of Hurricane is joining us. And we were starting to talk about, Daniel, you finding Jerry Cowan and getting him to come down. It took quite a while and some convincing to get him to come be your next football coach.
Yeah, it took 3 years. You know, we stayed in touch. He came down here and interviewed actually for the job. Several years ago when Corey took it. It wasn't the right time for Jerry and Kim. And Marcus and I and Darren, and we just stayed in touch with him. And Dave Sterling was a big part of that, our mayor, the superintendent. I mean, they were all on board for us recruiting Jerry to bring him down here. And he left a great program to come down here and build something from basically the ground up, and he's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have kind of brought it back to where Chris Homer had it back in the 2009, 10, 11, 12 seasons there, where you had some really good seasons, you know, back-to-back state championship appearances, finally won that state championship. How about all the other sports? How's things going out here in Hurricane? This is a growing community just like St. George. I mean, where are the numbers at right now in Hurricane High?
We're 1,200 kids, just under 1,200, 1,186, I think, this morning when I looked. But the programs are on the upswing. You know, basketball last year made it to the state semifinals. We got a great team again this year. We bring back some real studs. And our coach did a great job. I mean, he was a new hire. He was in his second year last year, third year this year. We've had a couple kids that have moved in that are going to help us. The programs in general are all looking up. In the spring, I mean, soccer just had a great win last night, overtime win against Pineview.
Yeah.
We qualified 5 different groups. All of our girls went up to state tennis, which was nice. And that's kind of the goal. We not just athletics, but this is a great school. And when your programs are struggling, people associate everything with your athletic programs, and we needed to turn that tide. And we wanted people to know this is a great place to get an education. We've really promoted that, and our sports programs, we've brought in some great people. They've done a great job. So,
yeah. State golf team going up to state golf next week, too. I've been following the golf scores quite a bit. Little William Andrews, good little golfer you guys got at Hurricane High School.
Good move in.
All right, let's have Daniel here. Let's look at some highlights here of the first half. Snow Canyon leading 24-14. And
here's the snap. Rolling out, looking to pass Barney. Pass it off to Andreessen, cuts inside, he dives.
Desert Hills and Pineview. We'll get to that highlight in a minute because I think that was the opening drive, and Desert Hills fumbled it into the end zone and ended up getting Pineview a touchback. We'll get those highlights for you in just a second. Right now, got some more, senior night stuff going on right now? Maybe some of the cheer team getting honored?
Yep, these are our senior cheerleaders being honored. Great girls. They're awesome. And, again, that's another program that is really built up in numbers. And we're proud of our coach. She's done a fantastic job.
Yeah, there was that touchdown. Brody Jacobs. Tigers led 7-0. If you join us late, Thompson then shaken free. Isaiah Thompson, one of his first catches, but later on, look at this, the first touchdown to tie it up. Isaiah Thompson on a good throw from Parker Olson. That made it 7-7. And both these teams were kind of going back and forth in that first quarter. Good play there to Isaiah Thompson. He's a mismatch problem. And then look at this, Dylan Gabriel.
Well, Dylan's an absolute stud. You know, he works hard. Coaches love him. He's tough. He's physical. He's a 3-year starter for us, and he's going to give you everything he has. That right there, Brody Jacobs again. I can let our coaches speak about these kids all day long, but he's been an absolute star for us this year.
And 19 seniors, they were honored before the game. And look at this, nice blocking to free McRoberts up. He goes into the end zone for the touchdown. Daniel McKeon, the principal of Hurricane, stopping by. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
You.
Thanks for – hey, your staff is unbelievable. Your staff is unbelievable. Waters, Cokes, T-shirts. You got a great staff out here.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Andy Gardner's the best. She does everything for us here in the school. She doesn't get to see her kids play very often because she's always taking care of the folks here. So
thanks for dropping by and fun. We're not done. We got one more Hurricane broadcast in 2 weeks, too. It'll be Hurricane at Desert Hills. We'll have them on the network again. All right, quick break. When we come back, we'll get you highlights from the other games, scores from around the region, and then we'll talk about the second half adjustments here at the break, presented by Great Harvest Bread Company. Snow Canyon leads 24-14 over Hurricane.
It's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Asphalt. It's not something we often think about, but we all use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt knows how vital good roads are for our communities. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by an incredible 67%. This means your pavement assets last significantly longer and cost less to own. Holbrook Asphalt. World-class pavement preservation right here in southern Utah. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
From bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the Cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Hey St. George, this is Brian. I'm the new owner of your local Everbowl. Looking for a delicious, nutritious meal? Come to Everbowl. Our acai bowls are packed with superfoods to fuel your day. And it's where Region 9 sports fans fuel up.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Hey, welcome back here to Hurricane High School. Devin Dixon, Coach Rick Berry. This is the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show, 24-14. Snow Canyon leading, and they will get that second half possession to start the third quarter. Let's give you some updates, though, and a couple highlights from the other game, if we can. Dusty working hard. He had those queued up. I wanted the highlights from this game. He thought I meant the other game, but now we've got the highlights from over there at Desert Hills and Pine. We got 4 clips to show you right now.
Here's the snap. Rolling out, looking to pass Barney. Pass it off to Andresen, cuts inside, he dives, he fumbled the ball out of Panthers back to receive the punt. After a really good, successful drive.
Panthers coming after a kick here and got it, though. The block punt, big play there. If Pineview's defense can make plays like that on special teams, that's going to help that offense out dramatically. And another score there. Who got that one, Coach? Was trying to see who got that one.
Might have been Shaw. Was it a QB or
might have been. And here is a pick six. Panthers pick six, and that makes it Trayson Graham pick six, 17-3. At that point, they would add a field goal. So right now, start of the fourth quarter, Pineview is leading Desert Hills 20-3.
Well, and it's just like we've said with Pineview. We know they're going to score. Okay, what is their defense going to do? And obviously tonight
they're plays.
On top of it, making plays. When your defense gets scores, man, that just helps your offense as well. So it looks like they've got their defense dialed in tonight.
You have over there at Crimson, they are hosting Dixie. Crimson led 7-0, a 35-yard touchdown pass to Britton Phillips. He had 2 touchdown receptions last game, already another one tonight. T. Andresen had a touchdown run after Deacon Virgin threw a touchdown. So it was 14-7 Mustangs. And then more Mustangs. Jackson Holt touchdown, make it 21-7. And then Austin Benson takes a deflected punt back for a touchdown. So a special teams play there for the Mustangs. So 3:35 left in the third. Last update, which was about 6 or 7 minutes ago, Crimson was leading Dixie 28-7. So Dixie trailing by 21. Desert Hills trailing Pineview by 17. And here, Hurricane at home down by 10. Those are your current scores, brought to you by Flynn Companies.
Well, and for this game, Devin, I really anticipate and expect Hurricane to come out with some sense of urgency. I think the message in that locker room is, you know what? Even though they've got the possession, we got to get a 3 and out. Let's establish back to what we do well, and that's running the ball, being very physical up front on both sides of the ball, and let's get back to Hurricane Tiger football.
Talk about some Scooters Coffee stats, Coach. What stood out to you in the stat department? Like, there was some explosive plays in that first half.
I'm going to tell you what stood out to me, Devin. It had nothing to do with stats.
Okay.
That was Parker staying in the pocket, taking a hit as he's throwing the ball and delivering a strike. I'll tell you what, 3 of those touchdown passes, he's taking a shot and he sees it's coming and he stays in. He doesn't panic. He doesn't have happy feet, and he throws it only where the receiver can, knowing that he's going to get hit. I think hands down that first half, Parker was just phenomenal.
Yeah, Parker Olson coming off of 298 yards, bunch of touchdowns. Couldn't quite finish that comeback against Crimson last week. They lose by 7, but picking right where he left up to Isaiah Thompson, running the other touchdown in. They get the Ammon Allred field goal to be up 24-17. I like what McRoberts is doing. You love the athleticism of Austin McRoberts. You love what you're seeing from Brody Jacobs. They only got C.J. Trump 1 catch in that first half. They did get Rose involved a little bit there, but obviously the run game was working. A lot of offense for both teams in that first half.
Jacobs and McRoberts, you just got to go back to what you do best. There's no reason to panic. I mean, you're down only 10 points. That's 2 possessions. So go back to what you do best, and that is get the ball in those 2 guys' hands. They're playmakers. They got speed. They got vision. You've got a good offensive line in front of them. You just can't make the mistakes which they've been prone to do.
Yeah, no question about it. All right, we'll take a final break. We'll come back. Coaches, we'll talk second half adjustments here when we return. 24-14, this is the Great Harvest Bread Company halftime show.
Cabuto's, St. George's #1 sushi and ramen bar. Student specials available Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Make sure and give them a follow on social media at Cabuto Utah for weekly giveaways and local events.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
At Grass Creek Construction, they put their heart and integrity into every build. Their team is committed to delivering top-quality commercial projects that stand out. Integrity is their competitive edge. Building with passion, building with purpose, proud sponsor of local sports.
Hey, it's Marco from Coral Canyon Golf Course, inviting you to play the course with the best backdrop in southern Utah. Make sure you get out and experience great golf for a great price at Coral Canyon. Visit coralcanyongolfcourse.com or call us at 435-688-1700 for your tee times.
Welcome back, Devin Dixon, Rick Berry here in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. And, Coach, some stats. I want to throw a couple stats your way. I want your reaction. How about you picked him as our Findlay Subaru Star Watch player tonight, Parker Olson, 14 of 20 in that first half, 224 yards, 2 touchdowns, did have the 1 interception.
Well, that's a great half. I mean, you'll live with that all the time, of that high percentage. And again, Devin, I keep coming back to it. It's not only the high percentage, it's the high percentage with guys in his face. He's throwing that ball and holding on to it the last second, waiting for his receivers to clear, but putting it only where his guys can get it. And then you got to give credit to the receivers. They're going up and getting it, getting their feet down in bounds. a great job by Parker and his receivers in that first half.
Stats brought to you by Scooters Coffee. Start your day at Scooters. Amazing drinks served, amazing staff, amazingly fast here, just not far from Hurricane High School, State Street. Scooters Coffee. Glad to have them with us for another season of football here on the Fan Sports Network. How about Isaiah Thompson? You just mentioned it. 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. So Olsen, he's putting it on him, but the receivers are making plays for him.
The receivers are making the play. And you know what? When you have a receiver that's that tall and that athletic, you're going to go to him, and you're going to put it where he can get it and where the defender can't, and trust your receiver that he's going to make the play, and he has.
Parker Olsen, also the leading rusher, 9 carries, 27 yards, and the other touchdown. Cale Esplin, 4 carries for 21 yards in the first half. You look at the stats brought to you again by Scooters Coffee Hurricane. Dylan Gabriel, 5 out of 9, 48 yards, and a touchdown to Brody Jacobs. 10 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown for McRoberts. 3 carries, 44 yards for Jacobs. So those guys doing the heavy lifting. Longest play in the first half for the Tigers was a 24-yard run by McRoberts. 24-yard run by Jacobs. That was on that sideline down inside the 15. So,
and you just got to give those 2 more touches. That's just what it comes down to. In the second half, don't panic. Get Jacobs and McRoberts touches and keep those sustained drives. Devin, they're quick, they're fast, they're great running backs. It's a matter of time till they break one. So you just got to be patient, not get away from what you're doing. They're not let's throw the ball 30 times in a game. So they need to make sure that they stay true to their form, get the ball, get the running game going, and sustain some drives because there's plenty of time left in this whole second half.
So right now, Snow Canyon to start the third quarter to get the ball, leading 24-14. Do have one score update, the battle for Iron County. They're playing this game at SUU tonight. Cedar led 14-0 over Canyon View at the end of the first quarter. They're now at halftime. That game is tied 14-14. So Cedar, one of the top teams in all of 3A. Canyon View, 500 in conference, trying to maybe upset the Reds at SUU tonight.
Anytime it's a rivalry game, throw the records out.
Yeah.
Especially those 2 teams, crosstown rivals. It doesn't matter what the records are. It's always going to be a battle.
We are underway. Second half kickoff returnable from the 2-yard line. And right up the middle and dropped at the 21, maybe the 22. Good special teams tackle down there to take down Beathers. Brett Beathers on that return, the 6', 170-pound junior. So here is Parker Olsen. Mentioned his stats, 14 out of 20, 224 through the air, 2 touchdowns, had the other one on the ground rushing. So had his hand in all 3 and his legs for the 1. So 3 total touchdowns for Olsen. He's got 13 passing touchdowns on the year now after those 2 to Thompson in the first half. They'll go trips to the near side. Handoff, and it's Esplin. Cale Esplin hit. Big stick there by number 51, Titan Wright. And Titan Wright will stop Cale Esplin for no gain.
Yeah, he filled the gap very well there. Came up with a big hit from his linebacker position. It's going to be interesting, Devin, to see Snow Canyon's philosophy here in the second half. Getting the ball in the air is what got them to where they were at. So do they stay aggressive or do they try to work the clock? It'll be really interesting to see kind of the mentality of the Warriors.
Tim Nowatzki is the offensive coordinator. Looks like they're going to throw as they go empty with motion. They'll throw it on a little flag route to the sideline, and Beathers can't bring it in. It was overthrown, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and long.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the first time I've seen really Parker lock into a receiver and not do a progression. He had another receiver that had run a deep post coming back across the middle that was open, but he had already made his decision where he was going to go.
3rd down and 10 46 seconds into the third quarter. Warriors trying to find a fabulous Freddy's first down here if they can. It's going to be on the arm. And now he's going to be just absolutely sacked. The pocket collapsed, and the Tigers got to him. And I think it was tight and right again. Tanner Matua might have been in there. Maybe.
Yeah, number 53 came off the edge, too. They brought a lot of pressure. You know, I think that was a really good sign of what you're going to see from the Tiger defense in the second half. They're not going to sit back and say, okay, we're going to let you pick us apart. We're going to bring pressure. We're going to come from the outside and on the inside, as they brought 6 on that one, and they got to him from the edge.
Yeah, I don't know who to give the sack to. There was 3 Tigers that all got there right about the same time.
But this is exactly what the Tigers needed, 3 and out.
And they blocked the kick. They blocked the kick. It's going to be a safety? Or what is it going to be? No signal yet. It's a safety. I believe it's a safety. It went out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. It will be a safety. So the Tigers will get 2 and the possession, Coach. They came after that kick and got to it.
So this is exactly the message I think you're going to get at halftime is from these coaches saying, sense of urgency, we're going to come out, we're going to do what we do. 3 and out. He came after the punt, got a big block, got a safety. They're going to get the ball back in great field position. And you can see the difference between that first half and second half of the mentality of the Tigers.
So Milo Ince was the guy that was over there, and I think if he doesn't get on that ball, Tigers could have got a touchdown.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably better that he actually went and tried to get on that ball to give up just the 2. And now, of course, Hurricane will get the football back.
But the nice thing is it comes back to a 1 possession. You get that safety, touchdown, 2-point conversion, you're down only 1 possession.
Correct, yeah. But also nice that they got that field goal by Ammon all red there at the end of the half to give them that 10-point cushion. And they still have the lead, but not the start the Warriors wanted here coming out of the locker room for the third quarter.
No, and especially being senior night and you're at home, the Warriors don't want the Tigers to get this momentum and to get the crowd back into it and get the student body going. And that's a play that just did that.
So they'll have to – you can either punt it or drop kick it, and it'll be Thompson that will kick it from the 20 here. So like you said, Tigers should get some pretty decent field position. So Thompson ready. And you got Jacobson, McRoberts back deep. Angles it away from them, pretty much trying to kick it to the boundary there, and it's going to be a flag, and that'll give them the football at the 35. It went out of bounds at the 35 anyway, didn't it?
Yeah, 36 maybe.
Yeah. So, Hurricane gets a safety. 10-17 on the Nets on Fire clock. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court. Check out the training packages, team camps, and all that Nets on Fire has to offer at netsonfire.org. Well, they will. They'll mark it as an illegal kick, and they'll give it 15 yards. So they're going to get it in Snow Canyon territory.
Out of bounds, you get 25 yards from the place of the kick.
So that was a rule I'm not familiar with.
It's a big mistake there. And to be honest, Evan, I'm surprised Ammon didn't kick it instead of the punt.
Yeah, you have the option.
You have the option. And with a strong leg that he has, I'm really surprised that they decided to punt it.
Maybe you're trying to kick it high and get a fair catch call. I don't know there either. Good thought. We'll have to ask Coach about that later. Run and smothered. Big time stop coming up, number 25, making that hit. That was Greenwood.
Yeah.
He's had a heck of a year.
Yeah, Caleb read that really well from that backer position. Came flying down out hill. Again, trying to make him spill. Taking away the inside, making him have to cut outside. Linebackers coming and filling.
Greenwood came in tonight with 25 total tackles, 4 TFLs. That one was nearly a TFL. They'll give him no gain on the play. 9:43 to go. It's 24-16 after that safety, and the Tigers with the possession. And now misdirection, and McRoberts is smothered up. And I'll tell you what, Callan Kelly coming up, and that is a TFL. his 6th TFL of the year.
Well, Trayvon is right there with him, and they're making them hesitate, and he's filling that gap. They like to run that play just off tackle and then break out into the open, and he's coming down and filling that. And again, that's exactly what Coach Espin said. We got to fill that piece to make him make a decision. They're either going to cut it or they got to spill it, and we'll cover both areas.
Trayvon is over to the right side now. He's coming off the edge. He's putting pressure. Gabriel has to roll out. He's sacked. He is sacked. And it was Kelly again, but Vaughn was the guy that forced him out of the pocket. Callan, Kelly, and Trayvon are setting the tone for this Warriors defense on this Hurricane possession. It's 4th and 21 now, Coach, and they got to punt the football.
Yeah, a great answer from the defense there to get Snow Canyon the ball back.
So Tigers defense gets to safety on the block punt, and now Snow Canyon's defense forces a quick 3 and out after a no gain, a 4-yard TFL, and then about a 15-yard sack. This will be a low returnable kick from the 16-yard line, and he is going to keep his footing momentarily and then be swallowed up. Not much of a return there. And I lost momentum with that, trying to break out of that ankle tackle. 24-16, Snow Canyon leading. 8 minutes left here in the third quarter. As always, looking for our Jersey Mike sub of the game. Stop by Jersey Mike's a sub above the rest. And we'll officially name, we always talk about our star watch, but we'll officially name our Findlay Subaru star of the game in the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. And you can always go over there, 1405 Sunland Drive, 1453 Sunland Drive, and check out the all-star lineup at Findlay Subaru. Don't forget, we've got one more award with the Playmaker Player of the Game, brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus. They'll flip it out. That's that play Coach said was open earlier. And Esplin is going to run hard and finally get driven out of bounds about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's going to be right there at an 11-yard gain. I think it's enough for a first down.
Yeah, the nice thing about that play, and it has been open, Devin, but it's almost like a run. I mean, it's a very safe pass to get him out into the flat and make a play there. So I think you're going to see Coach Nowatzki continue to go back to that until Hurricane takes it away.
And there's the handoff again. Esplin dancing right now, dancing back to the left, and he got a gain of 1, and that was it.
I'm sure Snow Canyon would like to control the clock a little bit, get their running game going, but the Tigers have done a really good job of limiting anything on the ground by Snow Canyon.
Olsen now, second down, looking to throw, taking a shot, going deep. Milo Ince, the intended receiver, and he can't get to that football. Pretty good coverage there.
Well, great coverage there. You have two Tiger defenders really bracketing that. You've got one underneath and one on top. Probably a little bit of ill-advised throw there, throwing into double coverage.
Bradley Rose is playing that left side cornerback spot right now. You still got Cowan at free safety. You can see that they've got Weiniger at an outside backer because he's in coverage against this Warrior spread. And now trouble, and Olsen is going to go down. Another sack by this Tigers defense. They are getting after it here in the second half, Coach.
They are, Devin, and it's like I said, they're going to be very, very aggressive.
McCabe Gardner.
Bring pressure. But I'm going to go back to this, and I know I'm a broken record. Can we go back on that play?
I want to give credit to McCabe there, though. McCabe Gardner with that sack.
They are bringing a lot of pressure, but pause it here. This is open every single play for first down. You can't
got to make that read quickly, though,
You've got to make that read quickly, but it's there, and it was there the play before. Somebody from the Hurricane side's got to see that and say, you know what? We've got to cover that. Yeah, we're bringing pressure, but you can't turn the back loose and let him get out in the flat like that.
Well, somebody from Snow Canyon's got to tell Parker Olsen, hey, let's take the yardage in the easy, high, quick pass. Yeah. So maybe some adjusting for both teams there. Good spot, Coach. 6:22 to go in the third. And the Tigers will have excellent field position, down by 8. They're going to start this drive at their own 43-yard line. Dylan Gabriel ready to go tonight. Again, at halftime, he had 5 completions out of his 9 attempts for 48 yards and a touchdown. Gunty, Gabriel. And they'll give it to the back straight ahead. And not much there. Maybe a yard, and that was it.
Yeah, Snow Canyon's done a really nice job inside against Hurricane tonight of taking away that dive and making them try to kick it outside. But I think you're going to see Hurricane really push a little bit of the outside to begin with, maybe some sweeps or some quick swing passes of their own just to loosen up that defense.
2nd down and 9. Out of the gun, T formation. It'll be Gabriel calling his own number. Shot ahead for a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. Clock continuing to tick down with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left here in quarter number 3 in our Boulevard home game of the week. Again, Snow Canyon came in tonight, number 2 in the RPI, only behind Ridgeline. Crimson was number 3. They were leading Dixie last we checked 28-7. Pineview was 4. They were up 20-3 last check on Desert Hills. And Hurricane, the next team in the RPI rankings, came into this game at number 9. Of course, the top 8 seeds get a bye, followed by a home game in the state playoffs. RJ Allred will take that one, and not much there again. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, actually a loss of 2 yards on that play, Devin. Kind of an interesting play there on 3rd and 7.
Riders first carry the game, and RJ can't do anything with it there. There just wasn't a hole to run through, and now he's slow to get up, Coach.
I think he's cramping a little bit. I hope that's what it is and not anything else.
All right, we're going to have a Luke Udy at American Family Insurance injury timeout. Now he's up and kind of gingerly walking. He's an underclassman. He's a guy that they really like, but he's behind guys like Jacobs and McRoberts, and there's just not a lot of reps for this kid, but he's going to be a star on this team next year.
But you know what? When you're behind guys like that, you learn from them, and he's just going to be prepared for his time.
Got a touchdown in that Dixie game. Did he score last week? I'm trying to think if he scored last week in the Pineview game. And he's going to be kind of just gingerly walking all the way over to the sideline. Under his own power, though. Trainers will take a look. So 4th down, punt unit on. Both defenses stiff to start this second half. Gabriel, kick is away. And Beathers comes up, lost the ball. The ball is loose, but I think Snow Canyon recovered it, and it was going out of bounds anyway. So the Warriors will keep possession here. We've seen some turnovers in this game. We've seen some big momentum swings.
I'm sure he's going to run off the side. His special teams coach is going to grab him immediately and say, you know what, get that arm up and fair catch it when you got guys bellowing down on you. So, not the wisest decision to try to take that when traffic.
So Warriors will trot onto the field. Ball will be on that far hash. Only a safety in this second half. The only points to go on the scoreboard. Snow Canyon has 14 first downs in the game. Hurricane has 8. Warriors looking for some more, and not much there. They'll get a short pickup up the middle of a yard. 274 total yards for the Warriors tonight, Coach. Only 156 total yards for the Tigers. But most of the yardage coming through the air for Snow Canyon, 234 of their 274.
Yeah, they've really struggled on the ground. But Parker's been, very accurate and has had a really nice first half. So they got to loosen up and get back to what they did the first half.
Jet sweep, they give it to Esplin. Esplin tries to turn it up north-south. He is drilled. Jackson Weininger coming up a little shaky there. There you see Jackson helping out, making that big stop. Again, very versatile star. Came in second, only 1 tackle behind Tanner Matua. for the team lead in tackles. And I think because he was a little wobbly, the Travis Roberts, the official, said, hey, you got to go out and check him for one play.
Yeah, and that's a really good decision by Travis.
Safety, just make sure he's
he got
okay.
up and was shaking his head a little bit and, make sure there's no cobwebs in there. And he looks like he's okay, but, you can't take any chances. Get back over to the trainer and make sure he's good to go.
And the trainers are wrapping up that ankle of RJ Allred right now. So Jackson's like, hey, come check me so I can go back in the game. Screen pass set up, caught by Sakai, and he'll turn upfield, but not much there. Sakai Fall will pick up a couple out across the 26 to about the 27.
Yeah, they put the back in motion to the wide side of the field, hoping that the flow for the Hurricane defense would go that direction, came back to the boundary and threw a little screen pass. Backer stayed home on that boundary side for Hurricane and made a really nice play.
Jackson Weiniger is over there still talking with the training staff. I think he's saying, I'm good. And now he's got his helmet in his hand. He's going back over towards the sideline, but the defense has got the stop, so he doesn't have to try to get back into the game. And now a sliding fair catch called by Austin McRoberts. I think there's just enough wind. It's about a 15, 20-mile-an-hour breeze tonight. Those punts are a little treacherous tonight, Coach.
Hey, any punt's treacherous. You talk to anybody. I laugh because back when I was in high school, we played day games, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's only one school, Granite High School, who had lights, but their lights were low, and the punts, the ball would go up and out of the lights and come back down and be in the safety. I was back catching punts, and you'd lose the ball into that darkness until it came back into lights. And I'm telling you what, talk about scary moments.
Yeah. 1st and 10 Tigers. And Gabriel's going to keep it. Now he's going to act like he's going to run. He's going to throw behind the defense. McRoberts, and it's incomplete. And they're going to call pass interference as McRoberts was kind of wrapped up and tackled as that ball was kind of approaching, and that was a bang play.
Yeah, and I think it was a good call. I think the defender got to him just a little bit early. It was going to be a close call whether McRoberts could catch up to it or not. But I think it was a really good call. As you'll see here, we'll try to pause it right at the moment.
Yeah, he's got him.
He's dragging on him
not
just
by
a little
much,
bit. Not by a lot, but
enough to draw
slow,
the flag. Yeah.
Enough to slow McRoberts down.
But, honestly, that's not a bad penalty. In high school, that's a 15-yard penalty. It's not a spot foul.
It's not a spot foul.
And so you'd rather give up the 15-yarder than the touchdown.
If you think you're beat and it's going to be a touchdown, it's the right call.
Yep. And nearly maybe got away with it. It was not blatant. He was just a split second early.
After a week off, my timing's getting better.
Yes. We needed a refreshed coach. McRoberts run, nothing there.
So I spent last week on the sideline at Harriman with my Harriman coaches, good friends of mine, at the Lehigh with Wilson at the Lehigh game at Lehigh. 22-21 went down to the last play. Great game. It was a lot of fun to be back on the sideline with Coach Wilson and watch that. I tell you what, even though Lehigh lost, they got some dudes.
Yeah.
They got some dudes.
Yeah, I think Desert Hills found that up there early in the season, week 2. They took a whooping to Lehigh. That's a good team. Been a contender. And even without Ed Larson, who has retired after last season. Throw over the middle, double clutched and caught by Rose. Bradley Rose down to the 34-yard line. That's C.J. Trump. Excuse me. Beg your pardon. C.J. Trump.
Trump made it a little interesting on there. Hit the pads, bounced up a little bit. He was able to gain control of it and make a nice play.
Trump and Rose, both 6'2", 6'3", so they're about the same size. Rose was on the left. Trump was coming over the middle. 1:33 left to go, third quarter. Hurricane trailing Snow Canyon 24-16, but driving here at the Warrior 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Gun T, Gabriel, calling for the snap. Motion goes. They fake it, and then Gabriel runs behind Brody Jacobs, and he'll tuck out of bounds and pick up 3, maybe 4. We'll wait for the spot. Yeah, about a 4-yard pickup. Didn't look like much was there. It didn't look like Jacobs thought he was coming behind him either there, did it, Coach?
No, it didn't. And again, it shows you what, Snow Canyon's defense philosophy is with all this motion and the wings and coming back and the cross blocks. And we're going to fill these gaps and we're going to spill it.
Trying to force everything to the sideline. Misdirection, inside handoff. Jacobs has a crease. Shot out of again, and Brody Jacobs to the 20. Down to the 5, and touchdown, Brody Jacobs. And you go for 2 now, or do you kick the PAT? It's a 2-point game, 24-22.
I'm always one that says do not chase points early.
Yeah.
Because it'll come back to bite you. So if I'm the coach, I'm taking the extra point right now.
Look at this run, weaving up the middle, turning on the afterburners, breaking out of a tackle there late about the 10-yard line. Brody Jacobs, 32-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he gets into the open field. You're not going to catch him.
Coach, looks like they're going for it. Try to tie this game up at home. 24-22. Offense stays on the field. What's your best play here to pick up 3? And now we've got a timeout, and Hurricane's going to talk things over. You hate to lose a timeout there.
Yeah, you really do. When it's a game that's this close and you got a full quarter to go, you really don't want to give that timeout away, especially at this point. But again, Devin, everybody has their own philosophy. Me, I don't chase points until
the analytics that used to be just baseball have crept way into football.
Oh,
you're seeing more
100%.
NFL teams ever go for it on 4th down in their own territory than they used to 5 years ago.
100%.
And now you're going to see maybe a change of heart, or are you going to keep the offense out there? I think you're probably committed. Maybe you just wanted to see something, or you didn't like the alignment with the play you had called. This is an important play. I'm not saying it's a bad decision to use a timeout. I'm just saying you'd love to have that for later. They'll huddle up now out of the timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Luke Udy at American Family Insurance. See how much he can save you on your auto, home, or life insurance. Call Luke today. Great longtime partner of sports here on the Fan Sports Network. Tight formation here. No receivers except for Rose, but way out wide. Gabriel is going to jump past it, and it's touchdown. Too easy. 2-point conversion is good. It's reeled in by Ryan Borchert, the senior, who slipped out of that tight end position and was all alone, Coach.
Well, everybody thought it was going to be, let's go back on that, Dusty, if we can, a little bit. Just by alignment, everybody thought it was going to be a full house power here. Let's see if we can get this.
Back it up, Dusty, just a little.
Let's see if we can get, just by formation here, if we can get all the way to their formation. Okay, there we go. Right there. By formation, it looks like it's just going to be a run to the right side there. Everybody sells out on Snow Canyon on the defense, makes it for an easy release for a 2-point conversion.
Hey, now looks like a brilliant decision to go for 2.
It always is if it works right. But if it doesn't and you're 22, they score a touchdown 31, it's a 2-possession game instead of a 1.
Correct.
That's why I don't like chasing points early.
But it worked out for the Tigers.
But it worked out.
24-24, 107 left in the third quarter. We haven't settled anything on a Friday night at the Tigers' Den. Kick is going to land in the zone at about the 10. One hop, returnable. Shot off that right side. That hole closed pretty quickly, and he'll be just shy of the 30-yard line on the return. That was Easton Nowatzki that was back there to return that kick.
Well, Snow Canyon now does not have an opportunity to be conservative. They've got to go back to what got them the lead in the first half, and that was being aggressive, throwing the ball, and not trying to take time off the clock and move the ball downfield.
All of a sudden, remember when I said it was 12-8 at halftime, first downs? 14-12, 4-2 in the second half. Snow Canyon in the second half, only 2 first downs, Coach. They need to find some first downs.
They need to find some first downs. They need to open it back up and say, okay, we got to be aggressive in our offense and get back to what got us the lead in that first half.
Snow Canyon, 278 total yards. Hurricane has caught them a little bit, 238 yards after that last scoring drive. And That pass incomplete. Weiniger was right there in position, so he's okay. He's back in the game after they made him go out and get checked when he had a big tackle and came up a little wobbly. That's a tough kid, though. He's only about $160. 5'9", $160.
But he gives you everything. And those are the kind of players you love to coach, Devin.
Yeah, and he's playing a different position now. He's been playing that strong safety outside backer in coverage all night long. And run it up the middle off the right tackle. It's Parker Olson. The quarterback will keep it. It's a short gain of 2, maybe 3. Give him 3. And it'll be 3rd and 7.
I tell you what, Tanner Matua this second half has been a playmaker on the defensive side for Hurricane.
He's been disruptive.
He's been very disruptive and made not only tackles on the run, but putting pressure on the quarterback and getting loose. He's really had a good second half.
Of course, his dad, Marcus Matua, now the athletic director here at Hurricane, but was the former Snow Canyon Warrior head coach. Matua pressuring again. They'll dump it to Esplin. Esplin is going to be wrapped up, and he's going to be stopped to just a 1-yard gain. It's going to be 4th down, and the Warriors probably going to punt the football. So, these defenses getting after it. Been a very physical game from my vantage point. Just like last week was when Snow Canyon played Crimson. Very, very physical.
Really physical, a lot of hard hits. And like I said earlier, give both programs a lot of credit because they've come out to play. They're playing their hearts out and leaving everything out there.
4th quarter, haven't settled anything. Deadlocked at 24 apiece between the Warriors and Tigers in our Boulevard Home Game of the Week.
Best Friends Animal Sanctuary in Kanab is open daily for free family fun. Take a tour, volunteer, hike a trail, or bring home a new best friend. Visit Best Friends today for magical memories that'll last forever.
Relatives coming to visit? Not enough room? Maybe you're looking to host a family reunion and need a house with a pool. Red Rock Vacation Rentals has got you covered. From 2-bedroom condos to 10-bedroom luxury homes, they truly have something for everyone. Visit stgeorgeutahvacationrentals.com.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Isaiah Thompson, high punt as we welcome you back, and it's going to be a beauty down at the 7-yard line.
That's what you call flipping the field right there. I mean, that was a phenomenal punt. Not only he got a lot of height, but he got a lot of distance, got a nice little roll on it. A big kick at the right time for Snow Canyon.
Snow Canyon might have to go the rest of the way, Coach, without Brody Lounsbury. He was not out there on that last offensive possession, and he was getting a look at by the training staff, and he's not out on the field on this defensive possession. I didn't see what happened, but he must have got nicked up somewhere along the lines here in the second half.
Yeah, good observation. I didn't see that either.
You can always find Lounsbury because he's got the bright green shoes, and he's not on the field right now. 1st and 10. And, movement, and the center paid for it, or the guard. And was this false start or offsides? We'll wait for the signal. And it is going to be offsides on the Warriors. They jumped the snap. Pretty good discipline by Hurricane not to move there. And, yeah, you paid for it, but you got 5 yards, which were pretty big when you're starting the drive at your own 6-yard line.
It gets you out of the hole in a hurry. So, yeah, that's not a wise decision. Big mistake there.
So 1st down and 5. And Gabriel going to hand it off. Here comes Jacobs. Jacobs up the middle. Excuse me, that's Connor Clyde. And Clyde hadn't gotten very many toasts tonight, but a nice one there for a fabulous Freddy's.
1st down. I mean, that's a great run right there. A nice little cut inside. And you're right, Devin. He hasn't touched the ball hardly at all tonight.
I think it's his 2nd carry.
And makes a really nice cut there for a 1st down.
We're into the 4th quarter. It's crunch time. We're tied at 24, 11:27, and ticking on the Nets on Fire clock. Had a feeling this one would be a good one, and it has lived up. Roll out, looking, taking a shot. Behind the defense, C.J. Trump all alone. He caught it. It's a foot race to the 20, and he is going to go into the end zone. Touchdown. It is a touchdown. Touchdown, 74 yards to pay dirt by C.J. Trump on a blown coverage.
This is what we talked about earlier, Devin. You worry so much about that run that you load the box. You put so many guys up in there. Sometimes you got 7, you got 8 guys in the box trying to stop those guys that you forget that, you know what, that play action, and they will let you.
And they've ran
get
that
behind get behind the defense here. If you run it back again here, let's run it one more time.
Let's get it. I'll let you know on the extra point.
Okay, look at it. Look how many people are in the box.
Count them.
We got 8 guys in the box. All right. So as you put 8 guys in the box trying to stop that run, and then somebody slips behind the coverage, and he's wide open.
Beautiful. They ran that rollout where it's the back across the middle. It's a similar play that McRoberts had early in the game.
It was. Exactly.
One they had. They've ran that play or a variation of it at least 2 or 3 times tonight, but this one goes for big.
And this is what I refer to, and you hear me say this every week, and I don't care if it's a DB or a linebacker. When flow goes away, what do you need to do?
Stay
home, okay? Especially on a team like this that loves to play action pass like that or run and cut back that way. Your backside people have to stay home or you get burned, just like what you saw.
And really good throw. Sometimes when you're wide open, that is a tough throw to make. Gabriel kind of soft threw it.
It's hard to catch those when you're wide open like that because you got too much time to think about it.
Trump probably felt like he was waiting forever for that ball to come down, but he adjusted, waited for it, caught it, and then had the wheels to get all the way into the end zone. That was a 74-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, Coach, I think Hurricane has passed Snow Canyon. They have 326 yards now. And how about 142 through the air after that big pitch and catch?
Yeah, and it all comes because they stayed with what got them there in the second half of running the ball and establishing the run so that Snow Canyon would start to creep up, load the box, and then they could go over the top.
One heck of a play there to give the Tigers the lead. They led 7-0. They led 14-7, but then Snow Canyon led 21-14 and 24-14 at half. Then the safety, and now Hurricane has come on strong, and they have got the 31-24 lead. Thompson, nice catch, down the hash, out to the 40, and Thompson is a mismatch nightmare for any team at 6'4".
Yeah, he's having a big night. Now, that's the first time in the second half that we've seen Snow Canyon go down the field, and they do so successfully when you've got that matchup.
He might even be 6'5", Coach. I might have maybe shorter than an inch. Yeah, he is. Watching him play in basketball last season, brother running track down in New Mexico. This is a very athletic. James Thompson, their father, great football player back in the day. They'll run it, keep it on the ground. Warriors will pick up 2, 2nd down and 8. Well, press box is shaking a little bit here. The student section loving it as the Tigers have got the 7-point lead. 10 minutes and ticking. Tigers know that a win over the number 2 team in the RPI could give them some really big points in the RPI and really help lock up maybe a home game and a bye. Olsen nearly had it stripped out. He's going to roll outside and tuck out of bounds short of the line to gain. Only got a couple yards, but that looked like they would knock it out of his hand for a second.
It almost looked like a back strip on that back side there. He was fortunate to get to that edge before that happened. Big 3rd down here, 3rd and 5.
Oh, they're making some noise at the Tigers den now, Coach. 3rd and 5 from the 45. Olsen looking to throw, stepping up, running. He's got the first down to the 45, hit and dropped at the 42-yard line. That is a big 14-yard scramble by Parker Olson.
Well, he does a really nice job here. And watch this. The pressure comes from the outside. You got this bunch here where they brought an outside backer from the outside. He sees that. Now he steps up and he knows he's got that lane because they vacated that backside. Nice read by Parker.
1st and 10 after that scrambling. Fabulous Freddy's first down. Wants to throw. Olson over the middle on a check down. Has Cale Esplin. Esplin's going to get the first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. And again, no Brody Lounsbury. So Esplin is the featured back the rest of the way.
But again, we're not accounting for the running back coming out of what? The backfield in a pass route. This is something Hurricanes got to be able to correct if they think they're going to stop. And it's something Snow Canyon's going to continue to go to if they're not going to cover it.
And here we go. Warriors, Parker Olson under pressure. Tana Matua with the sack.
Oh, there's a flag.
And the flag flies in.
No, they're going to call it. Marlon would have the sack.
Tanner Matua, the junior, 6'3". He's had a heck of a night with the sack, and now we await the penalty. And it looks like...
Did he get a face mask?
It was.
Yes, he did.
It was.
Yeah.
Got a piece of the face mask.
Yeah, unfortunately, he made a great swim move on the outside. Matua's been a wrecking crew this whole second half, and Snow Canyon hasn't had an answer for him. He's put a lot of pressure on Parker on this 3rd and 4th quarters.
So
big penalty.
Yeah,
big penalty.
8:39 to go in the game. Still a lot of football to be played. But they're into the Red Rock Real Estate red zone, 1st and 10. Warriors down by 7, trying to tie this game up. Olsen going to throw, has some time, goes outside, jump ball to Thompson. It's batted away. Batted away by Wardle in the end zone. Wardle got beat by Thompson on one touchdown in the first half. Jacobs got beat on the other one. This time Wardle gets a little revenge, Coach.
Yeah, it's a good play. He's actually behind him in that corner where normally he's throwing for that jump ball, and he's able to get his hands up right there and make the play up over his shoulder.
Yeah, beautiful. 2nd down and 10. The ball's loose. The ball is loose.
That might be us.
Who got it? Hurricane football. They say it's Hurricane Tiger football. Bad center and quarterback exchange. It was on the ground, and the Tigers with a huge turnover.
Yeah, a big costly mistake there by Snow Canyon.
Unbelievable. One more look at that if we can.
The snap never got back to him, Devin. It just looks like a bad exchange there.
So 31-24, Tigers have recovered a fumble. 8:20 left in the game. Wow. We've had 4 turnovers tonight. 2 by each team. 1st and 10 Tigers, and now Tigers want to take their second charge timeout. Remember, they had to use one on the 2-point conversion, so they only have 1 timeout now left. But they do have the 7-point lead. Coach, the interesting thing, what is Hurricane so good at this year? Long
sustained drives.
3-4 yards in a cloud of dust type drive-killing time of possession.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for them to take 5, 6, even 7 minutes off a clock with their sustained drives.
And that is probably exactly what Jerry Cowan and the rest of the coaching staff is thinking. I know Coach Harrison helps out with this offensive staff. Of course, you got Corey Ashby on staff. The line coach, he's been with them, I think, 5 or 6 years. Matthew Dotson. I used to know him when he was playing semi-pro football in town for the Rebels and the Blitz. A really good lineman, played for a long, long time. They've assembled a really good coach here at Hurricane High School. They're looking for win number 5 on the season. Warriors came in 5-2. Tigers came in 4-3. Jacobs in motion. They give it to McRoberts. McRoberts has a crease. Shut down quickly. Easton Nowatzki on the stop after a 5-6 yard pickup.
But this is exactly what Hurricane wants to do. If they can get 5 and 6 yards at a crack, they are going to sustain a long drive and keep that clock moving.
Under 8 minutes to play. Coming up when we're done, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We'll get you the Region 9 recap with all the scores from around the other games. And put a bow on this. Going into the bye week next week for fall break. Regular season finale will be October 17th. Handoff. And McRoberts again up the middle for enough for a fabulous Freddy's first down. Rose will come on. Tigers going to take their time now, Coach.
Yeah, the clock is what they want to continue to see run. They're not going to be in a hurry. They're going to force Snow Canyon to load the box again, and don't be surprised if there's not a shot taken here, maybe in 3 or 4 plays.
Tigers now 332 yards of offense tonight. McRoberts, another good run, a pickup of 8, maybe 9 after the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 1, and that's what you love on first down.
Yeah, like I said, you keep moving the chains, and we talked about it, 2 minutes ago. They can take that clock 5, 6, 7 minutes on those drives and burn up that and go in and score, and you're in trouble.
The last couple weeks, Tigers haven't been able to really do that. Even in the Crimson game, they did have that 1 8-minute drive, but they just couldn't quite fuel that comeback.
Penalties again cost them.
They were driving against Pineview last week, same thing, throwing to the end zone as time was expiring, couldn't quite finish the comeback. But now they've got the lead, and now Allred is going to take it into Warrior territory. Another big hitter. It's a pickup of 15, maybe 16 yards, and another fabulous Freddy's
first down.
You can see the future in Allred right there. Remember, we got that ankle wrapped up. You can see that tape job on that right ankle. But RJ taking it down to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, they got plenty of kids coming through the program, Devin. I think you're just now seeing Hurricane a glimpse of what they can be this year and in future years.
Tonight's game brought to you by Handel's Homemade Ice Cream. Open late on the weekend. Go get a scoop or two at their sweet new spot at River Crossing over by Summit Athletic Club. Indoor, outdoor seating. Get your courts to go for the weekend. Gabriel, misdirection handoff to McRoberts. McRoberts with a head of steam, cuts back, and then tackled and driven down there right at the line to gain at the 35-yard line. That's going to stop the clock to move the chains momentarily, but another fresh set of downs.
And you know what? It was a great decision by him of not going out of bounds. He's coming to the boundary, has an opportunity to probably pick up 2 or 3 more yards if he stays outside. He recognizes, I got to keep that clock going, cuts it back in, and keeps that clock moving.
5:18 and ticking. Tigers in no hurry to run this play until that play clock goes all the way down. Gabriel now calling for it. Jacobs goes in motion. Gabriel will keep it. Hits his own guy in the back, bounces off it. Now trying to get a little push, and he's driven and slammed down by Callan Kelly.
But still another 4.5 yard pickup.
Yep. Tigers on the ground tonight, 232 yards and counting. Of course, McRoberts leads 4A in all-purpose yards between the receiving and the rushing. McRoberts has scored. Jacobs has scored. They got a safety tonight. C.J. Trump with that big 74-yard touchdown has been huge to give them the lead. Now it's Jacobs. Jacobs bouncing the outside. Flag flies down and tackled on a horse collar, might be a horse collar. There might be 2 separate flags.
I think there
he threw his
flags.
hat down, Coach. Yeah. So throwing the flag down on the hat, I think you're going to see a hold and a horse collar. They're going to be offsetting penalties here is my guess, with 4:14 to go. Is that what you saw, Coach?
Yeah, I think there's going to be two different ones. But again, I would like to have seen Jacobs put his foot in the ground, cut that back in, and not go towards the boundary to stop that clock.
Right. So there's the holding on. They called it on 56.
There's the horse collar.
There's the horse collar. So offsetting, they'll replay the down. So 2nd down and 6 from the 32. And the Tigers have already used over 3.5 minutes on the clock on this drive, almost 4 minutes.
4 minutes, actually.
Yeah, it was 8. You're right. They'll break the huddle, slow walk to the line of scrimmage. Gabriel looks calm, poised, and collect there out of that wing T gun. He's got Allred behind him in a little pistol look. He'll fake it and then give it on the end around. Beautiful juke by McRoberts. And McRoberts down the sideline, and he is tackled, and he stays in bounds. And McRoberts signals first down emphatically.
And the clock continues to go.
McRoberts has got a burst, Coach.
He does. You know, he gets a little daylight, and he's got another gear get. You know, Devin, between McRoberts and Jacobs, they both have that other gear.
Speed. They got speed.
Well, in all three positions, because, you know, their quarterback's not slow either.
No, and the line has done an incredible job in front of those guys tonight as well. Gabriel now taking that play clock all the way down. He's going to snap it with just over 3 minutes left on the game clock. Hand it off to McRoberts. Cuts right. Cuts back down the hash, down near the 10-yard line. It'll be marked there. And it'll be about a 6-yard gain again for the Tigers on the ground. Borcher will come in. Rose will come off. 2:35 and tick, 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 tick. Snow Canyon, they need a takeaway. You kind of feel like they're down 31-24.
They got to load the box right now and sell out.
Snow Canyon's probably got to try to punch something out here. If Hurricane scores a touchdown, this would be the nail. And RJ Allred going to take it down to the 5, still pushing. And it's going to be right at the line to gain, and I think they're going to get a first down. It's going to be really close. It looks like they'll have just enough from over here in the press box. And they'll move the chains. 1st and goal, Tigers.
And, you know, Devin, they don't need to score.
No, they just need to run the clock out.
So this is what you tell your guys is, you know what, with only a minute and 50-something, make these guys, which they just did, call their first timeout.
Yep. So timeout taken by the Warriors. They actually let a couple extra seconds come off the clock there. But you got to be talking about forcing a turnover here. Trying to strip the football.
Absolutely. You got to sell out trying to punch that thing out.
Dylan Gabriel, 8 out of 12, 142 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. How about McRoberts and Jacobs, Coach? Both doing work. McRoberts, 17 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown. That's 6.4 yards per carry. Isaiah Thompson's been big for Snow Canyon tonight, but they find themselves down by 7. He's got 7 catches, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Trump's got 4 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown because he had that 74-yarder, which was big. That is probably your leading candidate for our
could be the
appliance
play of the game.
Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game if this score holds up. 1:56 to go. Snow Canyon still has a couple timeouts, but Hurricane is in the Red Rock Real Estate red zone. Coming up, we're hoping to have some Coral Canyon coaches' comments. Get your scores, reaction, hand out all our awards, and put a bow on another Friday night of football. And it's going to be Brody Jacobs into the end zone. Did he score? No, they marked him short, which is actually fine.
Which is the best thing possible.
Yeah, because the clock will keep running, or Snow Canyon will burn a timeout. They'll burn the timeout. Yeah. At this point, that works out great for Hurricane.
No, it's much better because you don't give them an opportunity to get the ball, score quick, and try an onside kick to get it back again.
Burn more clock and
burn the clock, burn their timeouts.
Yep. Of course, if you can go ahead and punch this in, it's fine. You're up 14 if you kick the extra point.
Yeah, but you still give them more time on the clock.
Correct.
And give them the ball back.
But this drive is already over 6.5 minutes. This is exactly, and we talked about at the start of the drive, this is what Hurricane is good at.
Yeah,
ball control, moving the chains.
Well, that's what I referred to at halftime. You're only down 2 possessions, really.
Right.
10 points. Yep. Not a big deal. Don't get away from what you do best, and they didn't.
And they haven't. The defense stifled the second half for Hurricane. They have given up no points.
Their philosophy changed. It's like, you know what? We're going to bring pressure. We're not going to let Parker sit back and have an opportunity to find receivers.
Yeah. So after the second charged Warrior timeout, Gabriel now ready to go. Gabriel calling for the snap. Handoff. McRoberts, touchdown. Touchdown, Tigers. McRoberts into the end zone, his second rushing touchdown of the night, and it's 37-24. Tigers with the lead here on senior night at the Tigers Den.
Yeah, it's been a dominant second half for the Tigers. They've really established the line of scrimmage. They've run the ball really well, made that big play, obviously, by running the ball well and little play action. And you just got to say, Hurricane did what Hurricane does best the second half.
Here comes the best friends, Animal Sanctuary extra point. And the kick is up, and Hutchings puts it through. We'll take a quick timeout. 1:43 to go. Does Snow Canyon have a miracle in the bag? Well, we'll find out when we come back. Tigers up by 14.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com. Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level.
From Bolts.
Welcome back. Message from our great local partners, Boulevard Home Game of the Week, making your house more like home for over 50 years. Buy smart, buy at the Boulevard, and the kickoff returnable from the 7. Here comes Nowatzki up the middle, and he'll get it out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line, and that's where Parker Olson and the Warriors offense is going to have to score quickly, get an onside kick, and score again, Coach, and they only have one timeout left.
Yeah, and, Hurricane, I'm sure they're going to come back out in defense in some kind of, deep cover 3 or even quarter prevent defense, keep everything in front of them. And Snow Canyon's they've got to score quick. They got to look for maybe a couple shots down the middle and make some plays from there. But it's not out of the question that they can score quick.
No, they've had some big plays tonight. I mean, Thompson's got a bunch of long ones, but, no Lounsbury really in this second half, Coach. I don't know exactly where he got nicked up, but he has not been able to come back in this game. Snow Canyon has 17 first downs tonight. Hurricane has 16. Hurricane, believe it or not, only 2 of 11 on third down. Snow Canyon 2 for 7. 333 total yards for the Warriors, 374 yards for the Tigers. But remember, at halftime, it was heavily in favor of the Warriors.
No question. No, it's been a dominant second half by Hurricane.
232 yards on the ground for the Tigers again tonight, and 142, which is well above Gabriel's average of 121 coming into tonight. Penalties, not a big factor tonight. It's been fairly cleanly played. There's been 9 total penalties in the game, 6 on Hurricane for 71 yards, 3 for 28 on Snow Canyon. 2 fumbles lost for Snow Canyon and 1 fumble lost for Hurricane. Time of possession's fairly even tonight. 2016 for the Warriors, 1924.
But really, 2 separate halves. When
Correct.
you look at time of possession.
And that last drive killed the clock. Only a minute 34 left, and we've got an injury timeout. We're going to step back aside. Injury timeout brought to you by Luke Union American Family Insurance. We'll be right back.
Bold statements to subtle compliments, Wilkinson's House of Lighting will help you more fully enjoy all the different spaces in your home. Find us online at shopwilkinsons.com or come in and see what's new. 88 East, 1160 South, just off Main.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find the one thing that could make all the difference. A helpful face? Now that's something to consider. Everything your local Bucks Ace stands for is written on our faces. Welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. When you're in need of a helpful face, visit one of our 3 Southern Utah locations.
Huge news! Sport Court has a brand new showroom and design center, and it's next level. See why so many are choosing Sport Court here in Southern Utah for top quality basketball, pickleball, and multi-purpose courts. Learn more at sportcourtofsouthernutah.com.
Welcome back. Holbrook Big Score Dessert is in effect tonight. Everyone go to Yogurtland after the game with over 25 points scored. Fans, you win. If you're listening to any of the games tonight, it's in effect for Region 9 football fans. Over 25 points, the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert at the St. George Yogurtland. They're open late on a Friday night. You can buy one. You want 6 ounces of frozen yogurt with your favorite toppings. The second 6 ounces is free. Holbrook Asphalt is paying for it. We do that every football, and we also do that in basketball when we get over 55 points. So take advantage. It's where fans like to go hang after the game. Also want to thank some other sponsors. Dealer Collision Center, Jimmy John's. Our highlight of the week, we put out was it a 5th grade or a 6th grade touchdown on our Fan Sports Network Instagram account today. Make sure and give us a follow at the Fan SN. And of course, whoever sends in those highlights when we use them gets $100 to Jimmy John's. You could be next. If you see local sports highlights, we want them. Go to our website, thefansportsnetwork.com, and submit your videos. It was Miles Randolph who got hurt for Snow Canyon. They had to get the golf cart out, Coach.
Yeah, it looked like a knee or an ankle from up here, Devin. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, he came in with 27 tackles tonight on the season, which was tied for 5th on the Warriors team. Olsen looking to throw, lobbing it high, and Esplin couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Clock will stop with 1:26 to go. I want to thank a couple other sponsors. Scooter's Coffee, right here in Hurricane, been with us again this year, helping out with our coverage on the network. Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar, appreciate those guys. Mountain Mike's Pizza, brought us a pizza tonight in the broadcast booth. Thank you, Mountain Mike's Pizza. We love our partners. Still a bunch to highlight still when we get to our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, as Olsen is going to tuck and run after he was flushed out of the pocket. He's taken down after a short gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8. And I think the Warriors are going to burn their final timeout here, Coach. Tigers look in position to get the win. Yes, indeed. 3rd and final charge timeout for Snow Canyon with just a minute 10 on the clock, and the Tigers leading 38-24.
Well, that's the last thing, Snow Canyon could afford to do right there is to run the ball and only gain a couple of yards and then having to burn their last timeout. So they've got to look downfield. He's got to have a little bit of protection. Hurricanes mixed it up between a little bit of a cover 2 and a cover 4. There's some deep digs in the middle of the field. If you can get some pass protection, that they would be able to get 10, 15 yards and get a first down.
How about the offense and defensive line battle in the trenches tonight? It's been a war.
Awesome. It's been awesome. And like I said earlier, these two have really played hard. You got to give them credit. Both teams have played extremely hard. It's been a fun game to watch and a fun game to call.
Tiger fans making noise again here on a Friday night in their regular season finale on this field. There's a shot down the middle, overthrown, intercepted by Cowan. Intercepted. Cannon Cowan intercepts the football. They can take a knee. Snow Canyon cannot stop the clock, and the Tigers can take the dub tonight at home for their 19 seniors. Now, they're probably, with this win, going to all but lock up a top 8 seed, Coach. So they probably will have a bye in another home game, because this should help them jump up a couple spots in the RPI.
Yeah, it should, and obviously it depends on a lot of other factors with the RPI, but it should give them a first-round bye if they can hold on. And
if they take care of business in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
They came in number 9 tonight. I haven't seen what Provo, Skyview, Park City, some of those other teams, Stansbury, that were 5, 6, 7, 8, are doing, but we'll check that, later on tonight. We'll talk about it all next week, I'm sure. This is about the point of the season, and I know you're not a big fan of the RPI, but this is where...
No, because there's so many other things. It's not just your win for points. It's your opponent's wins, opponent's record. So even though you may get the win, it depends on what your opponent does and what their opponent does. But you know what, Devin? There's nothing better than on senior night to get that win for those 19 seniors and send them off. Even though you may now have another home game, these seniors will always remember this game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. They're going to take a knee out of the gun, and that will do it. With under 30 seconds to go, they will shake hands, and the Tigers on senior night will notch the victory. The final score will be 38-24, and after 2 hard-fought losses to Crimson and Pineview, Hurricane is back
Devin,
in the win
find
column.
out, when is the last time Hurricane has beat Snow Canyon?
I didn't fact check that before the game tonight, but I remember the Dixie win a couple weeks ago. It had been years. It had been a
10
decade.
years.
Yeah.
10 years.
Yeah. Tigers are back, baby. They are now 5-3. Snow Canyon drops to 5-3. And
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I told you so.
Yeah, you told me early in the season,
before season even played.
Then I didn't disagree with you.
Sleep on the Hurricane Tigers.
No, I mean, look, in our coaches and combined media poll before the season started, these 2 teams were picked, right. It was Crimson 1, it was Hurricane 2. It was, how it went down. And I don't know if anybody's going to catch Crimson. They won tonight 35-7 over Dixie, so they stay undefeated. They only have Pineview left to go in 2 weeks. And for Snow Canyon, you hate to see Randolph get hurt late. You lost Cam Hill last week. It's starting to get a couple of injuries. But, man, this team is playing hard for Coach Mike Esplin.
Yeah, they are. And you know what? We talked about it before. They got a combination of a lot of speed, a lot of talent. They got the size. The kids have bought into the program. They've been into the weight room. It's a different Hurricane team than you've seen in past years.
All right, if you joined us late, invite you to stick around for the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. We'll have some highlights. We'll have a complete look at the stats. We'll hand out some awards, and we'll put a bow on the Region 9 night with our wrap-up show as well. We'll get you scores from all the other games. And, again, on the Wilkinson scoreboard, 38-24. Tigers beat the Warriors here on the Fan Sports Network. Stay with us. Back in just 2 minutes. Don't go away. We got a lot to get to.
On Fire is the place to hoop in Southern Utah. Elevate your game with group or individual training with elite coaching. Hustle to netsonfire.org to learn more and see why so many rising stars hoop at Nets. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Warning, what you're about to hear may impact your dinner plans. The viral mac and cheese place you've seen online has made its way to town. Imagine build your own mac with fan favorite toppings like smoked brisket all the way to the controversial pineapple. Try it at the Red Cliffs Mall in St. George or in front of BYU in Provo.
Need an appliance or two? AWP's got you. Check out the remodeled expansive showroom, highlighting the cafe series with colors like matte black, matte white, and modern glass. Make your kitchen stand out. Come see the local boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart.
At Findlay Subaru, we win for our customers. From the first handshake to you driving off the lot, our team runs the perfect game plan every time. Score your next Subaru at Findlay Subaru, 1453 Sunland Drive, on the saving side of the freeway.
Asphalt, we don't often think about it, but we use it every single day. Holbrook Asphalt's innovative HA5 product slows asphalt aging by 67%, making roads last longer and cost less to own. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Back to Hurricane High School here. Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Tigers win it by 14. Devin Dixon, Rick Barry, been a fun game tonight. We thought this was worth making our Boulevard home game of the week, and it was tonight, Coach, as the Tigers put on a show. And, man, after a couple close losses where they really showed they belong at the top of the Region 9 standings, it's got to feel good for Jerry Cowan and the kids to get back into the win column.
Well, like we said earlier, it's a great night for 19 seniors to go out and remember this game. They'll always remember it. But it was an interesting game, Devin, because it was a game of two halves.
Yeah.
Snow Canyon really dominated that first half. They dominated by throwing the ball, making some big plays. They did a nice job of getting the ball downfield. And then the second half was completely opposite. Hurricane got back to what they do really well, and that is time of possession. They ran the ball. They made Snow Canyon load the box. They took a shot up the field and scored a big play there, a 74-yard bomb. And that really turned, I think, the momentum and the tide of the game there. And then that last drive, it's phenomenal. Almost a 7-minute drive and score, which really put the game away. So two separate halves and two different outcomes.
Yeah, really, they shut down the passing attack of Snow Canyon in that second half. At the half, Hurricane was way down in total yardage. They end up winning total yardage tonight, 374 to 333.
Well, they came back and said, you know what? We're not going to let Parker have a free rein. We're not going to let him get that down the field.
Sorry.
And
408 to 336. 408, over 400 yards of offense for the Tigers.
They brought pressure.
Yeah.
They brought pressure, and Matua, on top of that, they brought pressure from Matua's side. And really smart, because that gave Matua a one-on-one on that edge.
Yeah.
And they didn't have they didn't have an answer for him. He was a wrecking ball. By bringing that outside backer, they couldn't chip on him, and so he had that one-on-one and made a big difference. Even though sometimes he didn't get to the quarterback, he made Parker rush a little bit or made a big play on the run. So a good defensive adjustment by the Tigers on that. Like I said, a really nice win for them on senior night, and it puts them in a really good position in that RPI where they could get that first-round bye if they take care of business in a couple of weeks.
How about 24 unanswered points in the second half by the Tigers?
Yeah. And, and at halftime, if you would have said that, we probably would have said, I don't think so.
Not the way the game flow was happening.
No. And we thought this would be a close game.
Yeah.
I even though Snow Canyon was ahead at 10, I thought, you know what, second half, Hurricane's going to pull it together, and it's going to be a dogfight down. But they really dominated that second half.
All right, let's get to some highlights here while we're in the Grass Creek Construction broadcast booth. We'll get you some stats. We'll hand out some awards as we go, and then we'll wrap up the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show, take a quick break, we'll come back with all the final scores. So while you're watching some highlights on the live stream, we'll hand out some awards and some statistics. Good night for Brody Jacobs and for Austin McRoberts. They both shined.
Yeah, they did. They're both talented, and we've said this all along. They've got really a 1-2-3 punch, and they're hard because you can't just take away one thing.
Yeah.
They've got three people that you've really got to prepare for. And, I talked about this before the game. They have a style of offense that you just don't see.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't matter, because in the summer when you go to camps, you go to other places, you don't see this style of offense. So you don't have a lot of time to prepare for it. Plus, the other thing is you can't duplicate it in practice.
Right.
Your scout team, you can't just all of a sudden
run the gun team.
Here's a card and run this.
And you don't have scout team guys as fast as Brody Jacobs and Austin McRoberts.
But you just don't see it. So it makes it that much more difficult to defend it. I thought the game plan going in by Snow Canyon was smart. Let's spill it. But they got worn down in that second half.
Brody Jacobs, big touchdown run right here. This, after a 2-point conversion, allowed Hurricane to tie the game 24-24. Look at this little jump pass, 2-point conversion, good. It was tied at that point, and that was a big moment. And then here is your Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. got behind everybody. Gabriel finds C.J. Trump, 74-yard touchdown. That put the Tigers back in front, 31-24. They go on to win 38-24. The fumble there, Snow Canyon maybe had a chance to drive in there and tie it, and so Hurricane took all that time off the clock, about a 7-minute drive, and then another touchdown.
Well, and that was a key fumble, Devin, and that's kind of what Coach Nowatzki was talking to me about earlier is we can't afford against a good team like this to turn the ball over.
And there's your Jersey Mike's sub of the game, Cannon Cohen. He's fought his way into this lineup. It's the coach's son. He's a sophomore. The interception there late. They moved Weiniger to that slot outside backer where he was in coverage all night. And Cowan, the last 2 weeks, he's put himself into the starting lineup, and I think he's earned that spot. He looked really good on that back end.
Well, I think what you want to do as a coaching staff, too, is look at it and say, okay, we got to get our athletes on the field.
Yeah.
Now, we may have to switch positions a little bit, move him, from a safety to a linebacker, put somebody else in here. But you want your athletes on the field, and, sometimes you just have to make a few changes and get those athletes out on the field.
Rick Barry, great job tonight. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. One more award, our Findlay Subaru Star of the Game. Coach, your call tonight.
Well, I wish I could give two, to be honest.
You can.
I want to give a first half to who?
Parker Olson.
Or
Isaiah Thompson, one of those two.
I got to go Parker.
Yeah,
those
good throws.
Those throws, the guys were in his face, and he was getting hit, and he stayed in the pocket, showed a lot of moxie. So I got to go with him in the first half. But the second half, McRoberts. You got to go there.
Yeah, Austin McRoberts. Dylan Gabriel was great tonight, too.
No question.
Looked like a 3-year starter. Made really good decisions in the RPO. The jump pass, the back shoulder throws back across the grain. He did everything. So great performance. Hey, when you win the game, there's plenty of praise to go around.
Yeah,
plenty of praise to go around.
We could deal a few of them out.
Yeah. 38-24, the final. Hurricane wins. We're not done yet. We'll take a quick break. This has been the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. Thank to Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Playmaker play of the game, Gabriel DeTrump on that 74-yarder. Congratulations to Cannon Cohen, our Jersey Mike's sub of the game, coming in at safety and starting tonight and getting the job done with that ceiling interception. And then, of course, the star of the game, you just heard it from Coach right there moments ago, Mr. Austin McRoberts. He got it done, and the Tigers got it done on senior night. We'll come back. We'll get you the other scores, and we'll update the region standings, and we'll put a bow on another Friday night under the lights, Region 9 style on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, hello, Italian nightclub from Jimmy John's. Ciao, freshly baked bread piled with Italian-style meats. Hey, hand-sliced veggies. Am I obsessed with this sandwich? Yeah. So what if I am? Jimmy John's. Order online or on the app.
Scooter's Coffee and Hurricane is the best way to start your day or get you through your day. From breakfast sandwiches to cinnamon rolls to amazing smoothies and, of course, coffee. Anytime is a good time to sip and smile Scooter's Coffee. Open 7 days a week.
At Great Harvest, we believe in crafting more than just bread. We provide crisp, garden-fresh salads and savory sandwiches. Everything from garden-fresh ingredients to our signature handcrafted bread. Our friendly staff will guide you to find a meal that will leave you craving seconds. At Great Harvest, we truly provide something for everyone. And don't forget our baked goods. Satisfy your sweet tooth and finish your meal with a brownie or cinnamon roll. Come visit us at Great Harvest.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in Southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Looking for a great lunch and great value with endless options for everyone? Then hurry over to Mountain Mike's Pizza for our all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Mountain Mike's Weekday Lunch Buffet. It's lunch and salad bar the way it ought to be.
Hey, welcome back here. The Tigers Den. Tigers parents and fans have snuck down on the field. They're still celebrating. There's still a spattering of parents and Snow Canyon players still here on the field as we transition out of our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Appreciate Dr. Cody. Go see why so many parents choose Dr. Cody for all your kids' dental needs. New patient special, exam, cleaning, and x-rays. Just one low price, $99. Got a third location going to be opening real soon to serve you better all around St. George. And we kind of get into our wrap-up show tonight. And we've got a bunch of great sponsors, Bucks Ace Hardware. It's all built by Bucks here as Coach and I will put a bow on it. Coach, I just want your reaction when I run down the final scores. How about Crimson beating Dixie 35-7 tonight?
Well, like we said earlier, Crimson's got everybody back. They're getting healthy. They're really peaking at the right time. I think they had some injuries early in the season that they were getting through. They got their guys back now. They're incorporating them and peaking at the right time. So it's interesting to see where they will lead going into the playoffs.
The guys were over at Pineview, and it was a 23-16 win for the Panthers over Desert Hills. Your thoughts on that one? Pineview wins at home. They've got one game left in 2 weeks at Crimson, and they're the closest to the Mustangs in the Region 9 standings.
Yeah, a close game, and we thought that would be a close game. A little bit of a defensive battle in the second half, really. We thought there was going to be a few more points maybe scored in the second half, but a good game over there. Again, Pineview's going to go as far as their defense is going to allow them. Obviously, they've got so many weapons on the offensive side. They're fun to watch. So it's going to be interesting to see where that all shakes out. It's such a crapshoot, Devin, when the RPI and where you get bracketed, because let's be honest, where you get a bracket and matchups is so important. And you just never know until that last day when they release them to see where you're at.
Big night for Tanawai Andreessen, the Crimson quarterback. He had 3 total touchdowns. Jackson Holt caught 2. Britton Phillips caught the other one. So and he ran one. So I think he had 4 total touchdowns in that Crimson 35-7 win over Dixie. Flyers now just 2-6 and haven't won a region game just yet under new head coach Will Lieber. They're playing hard. They're competing. Just haven't been able to notch that win. Their best chance was probably last week. They lost though to Desert Hills 14-10. They've got Snow Canyon to finish up in 2 weeks. So Snow Canyon and Dixie.
And that's always such a rivalry. They're close by each other. The boundaries, go across, and that's a nice rival too. And I expect that to be a really good close battle.
In that Pineview 23-16 win, it was Yoakum on an 8-yard run. Trayson Graham had a 61 or 62-yard pick six. We showed you that highlight at halftime of our game here at Hurricane. Andreessen had 2 touchdown runs, the 2 touchdowns for Desert Hills, but they kept Brock Harris out of the end zone tonight. I don't see a touchdown for Brock, who is just an absolute beast. But we saw some beasts tonight here in this game as Hurricane wins it by a final score of 38-24. You look at the standings now, and everybody's staring up there at Crimson. They got 1 game left with Pineview. Crimson is now 5-0. Pineview is now 4-1. So Crimson 7-1. Or overall, and Pineview 6-2 overall. That game in 2 weeks, could be real interesting over there. It'll be senior night at Crimson on October 17th. That'll be our next Boulevard home game of the week.
Well, and senior night is such an interesting night because you want to send your seniors out with a win, but there's also it's not as bad as homecoming, but there also is distraction to it.
Yeah.
The kids are looking at it, and sometimes, reality hits. Hey, this is my last game.
Yeah.
And you got your parents down on the field. You got a lot of different things going on. So the rest of the squad wants to get that win for those seniors. And it gives an opportunity, for the opposing team to come in and then possibly get an upset.
And really with Cedar leaving only a 5-game slate of region games this year. So I got to correct myself. Pineview is 3-1. Crimson is 4-0. You're only playing 5 region games. That's why everybody gets that fall break bye next week. So no broadcast. But good news, Utah Tech is at home next Saturday.
I'm not sure that's a good thing. Because let's say you're one of the top teams you're not going to play a lot of games in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, you're going to have a bye, a game,
You're going to have a bye, a game, another bye, and then you're playing. It's the following week after that.
Yeah.
So you got a little bit of time off, which you don't like. Now, obviously, some people say, well, you're going to get healthy. But you know what? You can have too much time off.
Rest over rust. That's an ever long battle or conversation piece, right? Rest versus rust.
If you're playing well and you're in a rhythm and you're progressing and you're getting better as a coach, I want to keep playing.
Yeah.
I don't want another week, play another week. You're going to have 2 weeks off. And it's actually more than that, Devin, because if you play and have that time off, by the time you play again, it's more than a week.
A lot of practice without a game in the next 4 weeks.
And you got to give the kids some time off because, it's just it's a tough situation to have that much time off. I'd rather keep playing. So everybody to have that additional bye next week, it's probably not a good thing for the top teams that are going to get a bye in the first round of the playoffs.
And there is a good chance that 4 Region 9 teams will be in the top 8 at the end of the season, especially if Snow Canyon now Crimson and Pineview play each other that last week, but going into tonight, Snow Canyon was 2, Crimson was 3, Pineview was 4, and they were all staring up a ridgeline in the RPI.
And everybody else is going to beat up on each other in the other regions too.
That's
you can
true.
Look at us and say, well, this team can't lose. But who's to say what's going to happen with Stansbury and Park City and Provo and Skyview, some of the teams that are in front of Hurricane and some of our other teams. So,
yeah, I got to believe Hurricane's going to jump up 2 slots at least after this win tonight, maybe 3.
Again, it depends on opponents.
Yeah.
Well,
Snow Canyon lost to Crimson last week and still stayed ahead of them in the RPI.
Yeah,
Can you figure that one out for me, Coach?
No, it's a stupid formula. You know how I feel about that.
Yeah, they need a couple more meters in there to make it a little bit more accurate. I do agree. But we deal with it. That's how they seed for state. I still think a Region 9 championship matters.
Absolutely.
Pineview can get a share. There's motivation next week or in 2 weeks because Pineview can still get a share if they can upset Crimson on their home field.
Yeah, there's a lot at stake. So, and we've said this, and I've said it long. Region play matters.
Yep.
And I wish in that RPI it would matter more, but it doesn't. But they didn't ask me, so
I did.
We have what we have.
Yeah, I did. So Snow Canyon, Dixie in 2 weeks. Hurricane at Desert Hills, and Pineview at Crimson, and that'll end the regular season, and then we'll have the 4A selection show, and we'll unveil the brackets, and we'll see. Hopefully it's not a Region 9 rerun. I don't want to see 3 teams in the same quadrant of the bracket.
Everybody can argue whatever they want to me or whatever, and I'll say, okay, that's everybody's opinion. But having said that, I do not like that you can end up with that many teams in your region on the same side of the bracket.
That's when I miss the crossover. When that happens, I wish it was just 1 and 2 were at home, 3 and 4 were on the road, and you crossed over.
I'm so old school, Devin. I don't think everybody should make the playoffs, and I think your top seed should cross bracket, and there you go.
Not everybody makes it. There's 27 4A teams, 24 make it. So all but 3 make it.
All but your Cottonwoods make it.
That's right.
Sorry, Cottonwoods.
Sorry. No offense.
No offense.
Yeah. The coach, Rick Barry. I'm Devin Dixon. For Dusty Allen, our producer. For Ammon Johansson, our videographer. For Nathan Nelson back in the Findlay studios. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hurricane wins it 38-24. Pineview beats Desert Hills 23-16, and it was Crimson staying undefeated. They beat Dixie 35-7. Tune in to St. George News. Watch for the Region 9 recap with Aaron Craney. You want to see all the highlights. That'll be out late tonight or early tomorrow morning. And then, of course, we'll have an off week next week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for more Friday Night Region 9 football presented by the Boulevard. This has been the Region 9 wrap-up show built by Bucks Ace Hardware. Thanks to Findlay Subaru, Honolulu Grill, Mountain Mike's Pizza, hooking us up with some pizza in the booth tonight. Appreciate Grass Creek Construction, The Stretch Lab, Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, Kabuto Sushi and Ramen Bar, The Back Nine. Watch for their grand opening October 30th. And go get yourself some Roney's Mac Bar at the Red Cliffs Mall this weekend, and all of our other great partners that help us throughout the season and the night. Again, it's been fun. Thanks for tuning in, watching, or listening on the Fan Sports Network. Good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.